Depends what they're doing. Could hop in, see what they're doing. Fuck it. Why not? Oh, my bad. Oh shit, my bad. Oh, my bad, bro. Didn't know you didn't. Oh.
Hey, Tab.
Afternoon. Ooh.
Do you have any, this one has like the death pulse.
I just get a speed.
Backstabbers. Otherwise, I need some.
Should be okay. I'm just quickly changing the look of this stuff because
No, you're fine. I'm just letting you know I got some really shitty rolls on these.
Back on Diablo. Ooh.
I got a lair. It's
I
got
can't do that
fucking
here.
resource burner though, but it might. I don't know.
Ugh.
Ooh, we just kind of jumped in. So what I've done is
What's
I
up?
said, "Oh, you back on Diablo? Taking a break
Yeah.
from Neverwinter for a bit."
Messing around, yeah.
Yeah.
I need more time.
I'm carrying his ass.
See, I kind of sold all my fucking gear.
Oh, you still playing your Necro? Or yeah.
I know, you should see the build yourself. You should see this shit, though. She has an ability, right, where she can literally, like, it's like a fucking vortex. She starts just sucking everything in.
What class is she playing? What class that?
Druid.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not.
It's a hard.
What?
And
That's
sometimes
cool.
it feels
It's
like
great.
whole other areas.
Oh man.
Legit, I wasn't lying.
Yeah.
Carrying
Yeah,
his
and I'm
ass.
just sat there, right, at the back of the room, just aiming like fucking spear at her because I know all the enemies
Yeah,
can end
yeah.
up on her.
The funny thing was is when they started flying, he was faster than I, so he went into a room, and all of a sudden I hit it, and it starts flying. What was that?
What the fuck?
Pretty much.
That's a unique build. I haven't even heard of that one. Where you use a vortex to suck everything in. Actually,
It's a heart.
Yeah.
oh, that actually explains a lot. I think I saw a dude nuts. Is it like a giant tornado or is that something else?
No. It's like it might across things.
Oh, I saw one guy. He had like a giant tornado pulling everything into it, but that might be something else. That was in Helltide though. Ah.
We should run it.
Yeah, I can do. Just run. I'm just gonna do my run in the PvP area, and I can do.
I actually killed him.
Yeah, because she pulled an elite enemy, yeah, Ted. Balls,
What?
whacked out shotgun. Everything insta-killed me, and I'm like, what the
Oh.
fuck did you do about that?
And I told him earlier too, Bob stays far away from me.
Damn.
Because I killed him too. It's not a
Yeah.
don't stand next to
I was kind of thinking about that. I was like, if you suck everything in as you go higher, that could be kind of dangerous with how hard the mobs can hit. Yeah. I'll tell you the one build on that. I don't think it's any good, but it looked cool as fuck. Is it the lightning storm druid where they throw their staff in the air and start shocking everything with lightning bolts? That thing looks cool as fuck. I don't think it does any damage, but it looks cool as fuck.
I have a lot of
Yeah.
a couple of rounds to see what I'm using. Jimmy, my son, actually found this for me because I was having a hell of a time trying to get this thing to work for me.
Yeah.
And I went through
Yeah, I mean, the next class I'll be making is a druid. The next one I do in the new season.
Yeah. I'm enjoying it now. Like I was telling Greg, just in the last 3 or 4 days, I've seen
Yeah.
That's it.
Alright, I'm carrying George around.
I'm feeling nice today, you know. I might not say nothing weird.
I
I
also
mean, Chris
have-
Rock.
You do Chris Rock? They call it.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm feeling nice today. I might let him be. This is too easy, bro. Since I did invade his party.
Oh yes.
Thing is we can always tease him later. Once she's gone, we can always tease him later. I've turned what. Here's the thing. So what I've done is
Look at how much shit
the game volume was too high, right? But obviously, what I've done is I'm trying to get my mic to a point where it won't distort or anything. Essentially, so at the moment the game volume may be too low, so I'm just going to need to do some adjusting. Because what it was is the other day the mic was supposedly too loud, so I lowered it, of course, and then that made the game sound off balance. So you know, then that came too loud. So I'm trying to get it to a point where I can get it at a stable level. The issue is with each game you play, the audio changes. The quality of the audio differentiates between games, and obviously like the peaks and stuff. So it can be a little bit annoying. But we'll get it down, we'll get that. So the game volume may be a bit low, but you know, like I say, a couple of tries will get it adjusted. And because I do multiple streams a day, so I can adjust in between, do you know what I mean? I can get feedback off the first one, adjust for the second one. So by tonight we might be alright. So this one might be, yeah. But I did listen to it and I was like, it is a bit loud. You could hear me clearly, but yeah, I mean, you could argue that the sound of the game was too close. I was like, yeah, fair enough. Right, let's get rid of those. How are we doing? We're only at 13k. Ooh. Ooh. That's not great by now, I don't think. We should still clear our 15k quota though.
Nope, he ain't shocking my ass.
Yeah, we could just tease him later.
Oh, Chris Rock.
I don't. See, the thing that's really thingy about this is because I'm sitting here and I know, like, what they've said. Do you know, like, what's been said about him, right, from her? Because this is her, by the way. This is the person that said they were, like, in love with him.
It's
Yeah.
gonna get entertaining.
So I was like, interesting. So you see, we could really tease him here, but I'm feeling nice, bro, because I annoyed him the other day. Because that's my job, right? That's literally what I'm built for, is just to piss people off. That's the point.
Right.
And it's always fun for me because, you know, like I said, I don't get awkward, so it's funny. I should really do that to people in public. I do used to when I used to go out more. Just to do it to people in public, because I don't get awkward. So I don't, like, if I do some weird shit and like fucking 100 people fucking stare at me, I don't care. Like, but everyone else starts losing their shit because they get like super awkward and embarrassed. It's so fucking funny, man. Right.
So you gonna join us for a run?
Yeah, I'm just finishing up my PvP run. Can do.
Oh, for...
Yeah, you should see when we do an event. Like it's ridiculous when she pops her ult.
Oh, and it just sucks everything in.
Just shoot at her. You just shoot at her and you kill everything.
Yeah, I'll come and extract these shards.
So what are you PvPing in?
Oh, I just use this zone to gather gear and shards, because it's a really good area to gather gear in, because there's no one here. It's in the little bottom left of the corner in Kyrgyzstan.
Port. Okay, so
Yeah.
PvP and a lot of...
No, there's
If you turn crossplay off and go over to the PvP, there's no one else there either.
That's true. Are you guys on crossplay? Because I need to turn that back on. Okay.
I turned it off.
Alright.
When I play with people from clan.
Yeah.
Did we get all the areas?
Yeah.
What level are you guys running? You're nice. Ah, yeah.
4 right now.
40. I don't do anything typically higher. Okay. Apparently Georgia the Jungle got me.
Oh.
Yeah, I got smoked. Thanks, Greg.
give me my helmet again. Look at this game.
There you go. You got your helmet. You wanted that for a
No,
while.
that is. Oh, I've already got it. That's a good one.
Ah.
I just got on the other end. That is a piece of shit. What is that? It's like minimum roll on everything.
Ugh.
Well, I would like that.
Oh, this
Yay!
is
I finally got all mine too.
Not while I'm in town.
Friends. Alright, well, I'm ready when you guys are. Hmm.
I don't like running dungeons where if I die a lot, it just doesn't have any fun to it. So I still like a challenge, but so I don't do anything higher than
Well, I don't
we
go
did.
super
What, a
high.
49 together?
Yeah, I don't go super high. I just go at least 10 levels above, just for the bonus.
Yeah,
I don't go any higher than that.
that's kind of what we've been sticking to.
There's no point unless you're pushing nightmare dungeons. You can probably just do that at 100.
So cold, not reducing my armor, death pulse, unstoppable. Nope, I have none, so I'll have to make more unless you have one.
Oh, I'll check in a second. Where are you at, Tev? Yeah,
I'm over
Are
here.
you a rogue, Tev?
No, I'm a necro.
Okay.
What's this? Oh. Is this your first installment of many?
Oh no.
What were you showing me?
Well, you have to wait a minute because this bitch takes forever.
Oh, you put in a bunch of gold in. Okay, now.
Holy shit.
I told you it took a
this is
while when I
taking
did it.
long.
How do you have so much gold? You've been buying off
I
of
haven't had to
websites.
roll anything.
Yeah.
Do you know how much gold I have right now?
No.
165 million.
Oh my god. You haven't wrote it down,
Like, I
man.
literally haven't re-rolled anything.
That's a crazy amount. Well, I mean, the amount you're giving me. Well,
Oh,
that's
shit. I can't accept that straight away.
yeah. Well, I can
Oh wait, then.
see if you make it. I don't know if you'll make it in time.
Oh, I doubt it. Hell no.
Yeah, it goes so slowly, man. Oh, it's a nice addition to my 203 million that I've got sitting here. Take it.
Oh, I told you I'd pay you
Yes.
6 million.
I only
Nah,
have 74 million.
Oh, don't worry, guys. I was joking. Anyway, I'm fucking broke. I re-roll everything. I'm fucking broke as shit. Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm really
I,
lucky with my rings. I got 3 of the 4 stats, and then the last stat to add on was crit
Thank you very
strike
much.
chance, which is one of the easiest things to roll.
It is, yeah. It just rolls all the time. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Nice tab on the 95.
Oh yeah. I
Alright,
ain't
you can
really been.
pop that dungeon again and
Yeah,
I'll
do it.
accept this time.
Yeah, I'm nearly 96. So I really haven't been farming that much. I've decided to go for a new goal, which is I'm gonna build up 1,000,000 shards of hate and then pop them. It's like one big opening. Because why not?
Yeah, I can't wait to do that again. Absolutely fuck off.
I will get fuck all. I know, but it gives me something to do, don't it? I was like, what I was gonna do. is
Well,
do it
if
from-
you get a good pair of arms, that's the stats that I need, which you probably
what?
not roll arms, but if you do,
What arms are? What do you need? Because you know how many? Do you know how many perfectly rolled arms I've had? I get them all the
I
time.
need
Don't tell 'em
lucky
that
hit,
because-
bone spear, crit strike
Yeah.
chance, and the resource. fucking
Oh
thing.
yeah. I've discarded about 30 of those by the way, but I get
Yeah,
them
I'm
all
not
the
able
time.
to-
Are
it's
y'all
just-
in here yet so I can pop this chest?
Oh yeah, I'm just coming in.
You can hit it, yeah.
Yeah, just hit it.
Well, if I don't, then if I
Yeah.
don't wait, then it doesn't count.
Nah, it's fine. Nah, it's fine.
Alright. Watch this shit.
Go on then.
Yeah, wait until she gets a big group of enemies so she starts pulling all of them. Oh, what the fuck is she slow?
I want
Yeah.
Oh. Oh yeah. That's a brutal.
They're doing the update. April, right?
So yeah, it's quite early. I'm pretty sure this week. Yeah. I think it might be. I think Brutus said it was tomorrow. Why is he already spitting? Fuck out of here. Was it today? Is it the 7th today? Is it the 7th today? Is that?
they up the spawn rate on those things? Dude, I'm telling
Is that the
you,
butcher? Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Help! Oh no, we're good. Oh, we're good. Oh my.
Dead?
Yeah, we murdered him.
I've been asking for the butcher. Conduit.
Yeah, this is a good dungeon. There's some dungeons I just outright avoid. Like, I've literally mapped out all of the good dungeons that you can get. Because I fucking avoid the worst ones. It's... Oh, stop. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, you build up gold pretty fast in this, with the extra bonus.
Well, even with the events, I mean, the last 2 or 3 events we had just tons of gold laying on the ground. Covered the floor.
Nightmare Grandmaster. That's some interesting titles you got there. Wow, that pulled them in from so far away. What the
I was
fuck?
sitting around the other day just seeing how high up it was.
Yeah, what was the rest?
Level 82. I was level 82. I got up to nightmare level 7.
Yeah.
And they still keep coming from.
Damn. Yeah, I haven't pushed it, but let's see what Wrathful. Wow, I got the crit one at 2.3 seconds. I'll take it.
Oh, crit one at 2.8.
I got a perfect roll one the other day in the PvP area, 2-second one. That was how rare that fucking thing is.
I have one of my helmets. One, but I do.
Yeah.
But I saved that just in case.
Yeah. I'm not putting that on until I actually get a good neck piece. So I don't have a good neck. Well, my neck piece is decent.
Fuck, did I
But...
just die to?
Oh,
I don't know, but I
roll.
didn't bring anything in. Probably like
Ow. Let's get from all the goblins over here. I've noticed I find the butcher first before the goblins these days. Wait, oh, he's got damage resistance. Get him. Oh, we got him again. Yeah, damage resistance, man. Yeah. Good. Greg's... Well, I'm like am I like turquoise colour or something? Or cyan? Some weird shit. Yeah, I never bothered trying to actually push nightmare dungeons, but yeah, the thing is the scaling because of that heart is so crazy. I was actually tempted to do a thing where I just go and take on Lilith completely blind, just a one-time thing, because of how broken the heart is, to see how much damage it does. But I'm not going to actually try and kill her, for real, because she's not worth it. But I thought, considering they've given me the opportunity with this broken ass heart, I was like, I might try it just once.
yeah.
Because there's no...
I have nothing.
As long as, yeah, cool.
I'd like to try it on this
Legendary.
one because of the fact that it has more survivability than my necro did.
I'm only trying it because of the heart, because they're basically just giving you a free stupid dumb amount of damage. That
You
just
mean
keeps...
for the barber?
Yeah. I don't even...
Lava hugs, crazy broken damage.
Yeah, and the only change they're making on the 8th is they're just making it so that it doesn't absorb other people's damage. They're not actually fixing...
Yeah.
I mean, I get that. I know why they're doing that. They could fix it, and they probably would have, but they've just released the worst patch of all time, so they don't want to garner any more hate than they already have. They're like, fuck that.
Yeah.
They just suck them in. Yeah.
I've had 4 What the hell is this?
Damn.
I don't know.
Fuck, that was very very trying to see this. There,
Yeah.
fucking max roll as well, 80%.
Oh, damn, man. There you go. It's a shame that it's
My bag's
kind of pointless.
I mean, for right now, they're pretty good for me.
Well, they're going to change tomorrow. So, and you have to get a new pair. Oh, there's a chest over here, guys. Fake chest. A good fake chest. Oh, wave one.
I gotta sell this.
Yeah, I'm maxed out as well. I'll have to come back in. Yeah, that's the only thing. I want a better pair of temerity pants, but I don't want them yet because apparently they don't change over. So you have to actually grind a new pair to actually get all the updates. with the max health and stuff. Which I don't know if I agree with that, because they are unique. They're unique, so they're kind of you can't go and like farm them. It's random. So yeah. Oh yeah, that you know that Serat's lair as well, the one with all the spiders. Yeah, the butcher can spawn in that main room with the boss. Yeah, I saw some. I saw a fucking clip of it. Yeah, they spawned in there with him. I was like, nice. I've had a feeling that would happen. There's only 2 dungeons where that can happen, but one of them forces you to go through that area at the start, so it won't happen. It's only Serat's lair you can avoid it. So. Right. I better go back because I am absolutely maxed out, and there's a bunch of gear on the floor.
Pick up some more junk.
Put these temerity pants on. They're slightly better than mine, so I mean, may as well.
Might as well. I mean, mine are 40%, so you know, count yourself lucky.
Anything else?
I think that's me done with it for a bit though, but
cool.
Definitely interesting. What?
What's
I
this
need, I
one?
need to go back and pick up.
2.6.
Yeah.
Let's put it on.
That wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at all. Got my final glyph slot.
Hey.
There you go.
Now I've got to try and get to 100, which honestly probably ain't gonna happen.
It might. I mean, it'll be faster.
I get
with the new update.
way too bored of leveling on this game.
Yeah, I'm only doing 100 just because, well, it's done then. But yeah, it does get boring.
I had an opportunity to kill Greg.
There you go.
For the light. Anything else?
I just wish you could have heard his expression at first. It was just epic.
Aw.
Alright, these pants are pretty good. Those are the ones I have. So what are they doing to the temerity pants? Are they adding like damage resistance to it?
They're adding max health to it.
Is that it?
They're taking all stats off and adding max health to it. Yeah. And they're nerfing them as well. So basically what they're doing is right now, if you kill a mob, you know, when you're over 100%, it gives you a full shield.
Yeah.
Any mob gives you a full shield. It doesn't work properly. So like what it's supposed to do is you kill one mob and then you get up to 40% or to 80% of a barrier. So it'll work properly.
Yeah.
And that will scale off your max health. What they said was is that it's going to scale off max health properly. So they might not actually change the fact it gives a full barrier, which doesn't work properly either. But it doesn't scale off max health right now, apparently properly in some way, but they didn't really go into any details. So I don't really know what that means. So it's either a nerf of a small degree, or it's going to be a buff. It's hard to say. But the max health is a buff either way, because all stats is literally useless. It's like a useless stat on this. You can't change it. Because it's pretty good overall, because you got potion drop rate, 5% chance of healing, which is good for a necro because we have high lucky hit chance, and then you have the healing as well, healing received, and then you'll have max health, which will boost the size of the barrier. So.
Are you still following Rob, yeah?
Yeah.
So I have a question. You've already got this node.
Maybe. Well, I don't know. It depends.
Yeah, in the last tree where your last glyph slot is.
Yeah.
Essence glyph.
Yeah.
Why does he pick the damage while fortified?
Uh.
Because you don't have
It's because, well, first off, I don't have it slotted yet, but my presumption is, if you look at the, wait, hold on, make sure I actually, because this was the reason I come up with. Where do we find it? Yeah, so if you see it says Dex, as the requirement. So if you actually look at the tree, there's 2 + 7 dexes at the bottom. And my presumption is that when you get it to 16, the radius covers these + 7 dexes. If it doesn't, because I don't have it slotted, if it doesn't, then there's no point. But if that's the only reason I could come up with.
Yeah, because I looked at it and I was like, why has he took that?
Yeah,
because
why? Because I thought, why would you not take the healing received on the right? I mean, I know he's not running that, but we are. So I thought, why not take that? Because if you look at the right, it's got healing received, which would be good for us because we're using a scythe. But yeah, I think it's to do with the dexes at the bottom. When you have a +15 or 16, I think it does not enough dex to get the +25, and this is crit damage, so we don't have a choice.
I was just checking because
But I went into the bottom tree first, so I don't have it slotted yet. But I'm very close. I'm like 3 points away. Oh, health tide. Oh, yeah, fuck it. I do one chest. It's so dead. So, yeah. Oh my god, look how chunky the druid is. See it in the little loading screen. Damn.
You like my druid?
It's thick. That's the best way I could put it.
Okay, what do you think of her outfit?
I don't really know. She looks like one of those impoverished women from the Middle Ages. No. That's the best way I can describe. What the thing is none of this is kind of like a middle-aged game. None of the clothing is what's it called? Because it's like it looks kind of like a cloth thing. So. But I don't know. Does the druid actually have any crazy good outfits? I don't know if there's like insane stuff on there. So, for the druid, I don't think the druid does. Yeah, I've seen people on Reddit complain about it. Say that yeah, there's not enough options for the druid. I presume they'll plan on changing that in the future, but not just yet. Yeah,
green's my favorite color.
That's fair. Yeah, I'll probably just go naked for my druid personally, but you know, personal choices.
That's what I did. I had a big back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but half the time.
Yeah, you're in werebear or werewolf, aren't you? That's the thing. You don't even get to see, but you can have colours now, can't you? It didn't go off your hair colour. You can have like different colours now. Does the werewolf change? I don't know if the werewolf changes as well. Is it just it's just the werebear? I thought the werewolf would change. That would be kind of cool. Go around with a pink werewolf or something. It's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, I was gonna say. 20s. It's not there. I'm being civil for once, being nice to him. So I annoyed him the other day by bullying him too much. We'll just bully him later. Well, you know, when he's by himself. That's the idea. Where is it? How is it? How? No. It's dry stepsis. Yeah, I think I found it there before, but it's not there now. Let me look at the location. Because I want to be 100. I don't want to go all the way to the bottom of the map. Here. Because there's 3 locations. Yeah, it's literally it is where I thought it was. Yeah, it's literally bottom left, bottom right down here. But I thought I'd double check it just to make sure. Is this a new one? Yeah, it is. What do we have to do here? It's just literally spawned. We've been here 2 seconds. This one just keeps respawning over and over and over again. I've already pretty much done it. Hey, where you going, bud? You sucked him in from far. Yeah, I was gonna say I actually didn't want to run with them too much because, believe it or not, I don't want to rank up too quickly. Because when you're in a group, you're gonna rank up a lot faster. And the issue is if you rank up almost too quickly, I'm not gonna have enough time to stack enough shards. And then I'm gonna have to do more grinding at the end, right, to get us to 1,000,000 shards. Oh, it is here. Does it just come here? It must have just literally TP'd it because there's one up there. Well, that's fine. That saves us a trip. Now we know where it is. But yeah, I think I'll do 1,000,000 shards. I might as well. Fuck it, why not? I'll just grind off stream and go and get a bunch of shards. So I would do it on stream, but let's be honest. I mean, this game is not the most exciting thing anyone's ever seen. I don't think anyone would watch me go around in a PvP area endlessly, just farming up shards. There's really just no benefit to that. Unless you're just bullshitting in a party with people, do you know what I mean? It's maybe, but still. Where are we going? We can go up here. That's a good point. I haven't actually had the butcher's mount. I don't even know what. Apparently, it's like some blood red one. I don't know if it looks any good. I haven't even looked online to what it looks like. It's pretty crazy though that we got the butcher in our first dungeon. We have seen him a lot more though recently than my other classes. This class has seen him a lot more. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Look at that, buddy. Ow. Oh, really? Where's he going? Yeah, well that says a lot. See, the thing is with him is that the benefit he has is he had temerity pants that are like 70% and then now he's got ones at 80. See, for us, there's definitely something with those higher pants, because when I had the 76s, they were a lot stronger. Mine are only at 40. So even if they are giving me a full shield, I don't, like I said, it doesn't feel like it works properly, but I don't mind that because these temerity pants are all but pointless once, well, they're not pointless, but they're, you know what I mean, you basically need a new pair ASAP. So I really don't want to pull a unique pair of fucking temerity pants that I can't target farm before the patch, which I believe comes out tomorrow. What are you saying, buddy? Screaming Hellvein? What? That's... Oh, really? Yeah. So I don't... Yeah, that's the thing. Hopefully, believe it or not, hopefully I'm lucky enough to not get a pair before tomorrow's patch. So... Antifa. I just ain't seen the assassin in a while. Miss my little buddy. I guess he got fed up with me just constantly near enough one-shotting him, or I could one-shot him if he would stay still. It's just hard to get him to stay still and then not put that shit on the floor. So another weekly, oh no, weekly, an event up. What we got? It's just killing. No, it's Jar. Well, it's Jar of Soul, so yeah. It is actually just killing, literally. Oh, I have to take one in just to trigger it. Alright. Oh, it's a bunch of range mobs. Hopefully they start turning melee soon, so they'll come closer. I don't want to go out to them because it means that they're gonna... I'll start picking souls up, that's the thing. Oh. Alright, there we go. 3 of Whispers. Yeah, I guess that that's the thing, they've changed it. I didn't think all were too close. I thought about it the other day and I was like, oh shit, I forgot. When they did their last big patch, they changed the abomination from a daily, what's it called, from a daily +5 to a weekly. And I just completely just neglected this fact and forgot. That's why when I come over and I'm like, oh, I haven't had that in a while. Yeah, that's why. Because he was too broken. Because every day you could basically go over there. I mean, I'll be honest, I wouldn't say it was like completely the be all end all, but they changed it because you could go over there every single day, spend 2 seconds, kill the abomination, right? And then, yeah. And then just, that's it, and you get a +5 for just that. You didn't do anything. Well, we got a gold back. I'm quite surprised though. I did say I didn't want it back though, but he gave it to me. And he said that's a crazy amount of gold that he's got. But I can kind of believe it as well because I built up quite a lot of gold in very little amount of time with not really having to roll anything. So, but then I started rolling like my neck pieces, stuff like that, because I didn't understand. Yeah. But that's another problem with no affix list, is someone who's not well informed like myself will make mistakes like that. A little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Should still be up there. We're at 140. I'm just going around looking for mobs. Trying to find enough of them. But yeah, pretty sure it's the 7th today. Let me check. I think it is. Yeah, that's right. It is the 7th today. Hard to see. It's black. Why is that in black text? I can barely see it. Useless. Anyway. Yeah. So, yeah, tomorrow should be the patch. So, should be. I think it'll be interesting, honestly. I want to see the improvements with the game as well. So this will, yeah, be our last day before the upcoming patch. Uh, 161.
I need more time.
Oh, some mobs right. No, bad news here. But yeah, I mean, I'll probably need to move up to like mid-50s or whatever soon. Exiting Helltide, am I?
Right, eyes back.
Oh my god, what was all that poison? Holy. Move.
You were saying something about Hellfighters not
Grab.
The unique affix is completely random.
yeah, lots of
It's basically just as random as doing a dungeon, so.
Yeah.
I've got all the mystery chests and whatnot, so I'll try the helms. See if that has better luck for me.
Well, we're not far away. I don't want to go too far from it. I have to run all the way back, but I gotta look for some more mobs, man.
Head.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Not really. Why? Yeah, but it's supposed to be jumping up to like high 20s near the back end of the week. Apparently.
Did you get that crazy thunderstorm as well the other night?
I don't think so, unless we all missed it.
Fucking ridiculous.
Nah.
Shit, man. Like, holy shit.
I think we'd have heard that. No, I had a lot of rain over a whole night, but I don't think I had a thunderstorm.
I was happy because such a whole day it was like super fucking hot, and then that came around and I was happy.
The thing is that I don't like about thunderstorms is that they send the humidity through the roof. I don't like. Makes everything sticky. But yeah, it's supposed to be as hot at the back end of this week, and then it's up. It's basically over the weekend, and then that's it. It's more rain apparently.
Yeah, I don't think this year's been as bad as last year. Last year was fucking unbearable.
Yeah, no. So it depends. If you're not really a summer type of person, then yeah, it's been better. But if you're someone who enjoys summer, we really haven't had that much sun that consistently. We had like a week, and then it's all just gone. And it's been pretty much all rain.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Yeah, I don't really mind it either. I'm not a big fan of heat because when you sit inside and play games a lot, what the fuck do you want that for? Then again, I don't want it outside either.
At some point, I'll need you to get you to watch this video of me tell this. I watched it the other day and
It must be a weird video.
Cheapskates. And
okay.
This woman will make you fucking laugh.
Ain't that the same person who used to use their like dishwasher water or whatever to boil their food and shit like that?
Yes,
there's some weird
people,
stuff, yeah.
There's some that are so fucking crazy, and I'm like, there's no way this is a real person. Like, for instance, right, Tev, this woman goes into a sports shop, right?
Yeah. Where
they sell all gym equipment and that.
Yeah.
Wax headphones, and you know them bug things. I don't know the name for it. You know what it is.
I mean,
pedal for days.
oh, you just mean, yeah, you mean just an exercise bike, one with
Yeah.
no
Well,
no
anyway,
wheels, yeah,
There's a fancy name.
and a fan.
Yeah, the name.
Most people just call it an exercise bike, but yeah, go on. I know what you mean.
So she can whack her headphones in, put a bottle
Yeah.
of water, and start using an exercise bike.
Oh right, oh she
Walk shop.
goes. She just.
And she's like, why did I pay for a gym membership when I can just come here? And I'm like,
She just-
pretty sure that's not the point. Yeah, she's bad, man. She is bad.
You say that though, you don't go to the gym. I mean, I know I'm a private gym, but the thing is gym memberships are very expensive now. They've gone up significantly. Some of them over like $50 a month, which is a lot in my opinion when you're going there to improve like your mental health, well-being, and your physical self, and then you're having to pay. But that's how much it costs now, man. The thing is, gym equipment's expensive, so they charge a lot.
Well,
Yeah, they have.
and years.
Yeah, most of it lasts a lot.
Appreciation value.
Most of it, it holds its value pretty well. Some of the things because they last a long time. A lot of the only things that need constant servicing are things like treadmills and stuff, and like anything that is cardio based that needs servicing, because you can get injured on that if you go too quickly and there's something wrong with it, because the belts will slip and stuff. But most of like dumbbells, any type of benches, bars, all that stuff just lasts a lifetime. You have it once and it's very rare. I mean, most of the gyms, a lot of gyms in the UK have half that shit's rusted. Like, they'll use rusty equipment. So some of the like shitter gyms, because gyms ain't that big here in comparison to the US.
One thing that's nice about the US too is a lot of times companies, larger companies, will incorporate discounts.
My burden is too great.
Well, there's that. Like, yeah, but that's not even the best part. It's like you'll go into a gym in the US and there'll be like 40 rows of benches. There'll be like 150 dumbbells all just around these massive fucking walls and about 400 fans everywhere. You go in the UK and there'll be like one little fan stacked in the corner because they're too cheap to turn the AC on because it costs too much money. And all of the benches, there'll be like 30 guys all on steroids all just waiting to use this one bench with these pair of dumbbells. Like, it's rare you'll find a gym that has an adequate amount of equipment for the amount of people that want to go in them, because they're just really small in comparison to the US. They're massive complexes.
Yeah.
There'll be like
In the
40.
larger cities,
Yeah, there'll be but there'll be like 40 like treadmills all just next to each other. You got like 3 treadmills here in the UK, and that's the best they can do for you. And you just you gotta fucking grind upon people to run alongside them on the same treadmill if you want to get on that shit. Yeah, we're out here. We're struggle busting it.
Well, at $50 a month or 50 pounds a month, might as well look into, buying your own workbench at that point.
Oh, it's too expensive. Like the gym we've got here, to build that cost about 20k. That was before inflation. That gym's worth about 30k now, all in all. And that's like.
Yeah, but I guess it would be dependent upon what you want to use. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's not like it's a proper. That's in a proper Olympic grade private gym. Like, it has Olympic grade equipment in it. It's not like a home gym. You know, those like ones where they have just the small dumbbells and stuff. No, this is a proper full size gym. That's just personal use. Oh, wait, I want that. It's corpse tendrils. Gimme. I want it back.
Fine.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then if you used to work that out, it's only $50 a month. If you actually work out, then you're spending like 20-30k on gym equipment. Actually, the gym is far cheaper, but then you have to deal with people, and most of my family besides my mum are extremely antisocial, so this works out better.
Yeah.
We're not a big fan of people.
I don't think many people in the UK have a
Not now. Not now, and I think it's becoming more and more popular for people to just dissociate themselves from other people, which is
I cannot do that.
their choice, I suppose.
Well, there's pros and cons to it.
Yeah. I mean, supposedly it's really bad for you. Like, apparently, like, because my mum, she reads all these articles and stuff, and she's like, oh yeah, apparently, she was trying to tell me the other day, it's like, oh, all these signs of you could have brain damage from doing these things are like playing in the dark, doing stuff in the dark. I'm like, I'm in the dark all the time. She's like, dissociating yourself from society. I do that all the time. She's like, not spending enough time around people physically can cause basically like mental retardation. I'm like, well, you know, I mean, I do that all the time. I'm like, well, you know.
And see,
so here we
I
are.
look at it this way, as I think disassociating yourself in some respects or isolating yourself is that you lose a lot of your empathy. When you have interactions with people,
Never had any.
you do things, you can see things,
Yeah.
you have more of a personalized experience with what, or a visual experience of what you're seeing or what's happening around you. And if you watch things on TV, it's a little bit harder to put yourself in that position because you're not there physically, you only see it. And
So what you're saying is I need to go to a Ukrainian war zone and watch all these people get blown up so I can gain some empathy. I understand.
No,
Oh.
not necessarily that, but I think with the way that society is coming, people are losing
yeah.
that.
Well, you ain't gonna. They won't have people. You ain't gonna have any empathy in most people anyway. Not enough for. I mean, how can you? I mean, like you've come from a time where the only place you got news was either from a news station or newspaper. Now you have the internet that tells you all about these tragedies 24 hours a day, all day, every day. Of course, people are not going to have much empathy. Like, no one, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, this kid just got shot down by a bunch of guys in the US. Oh, this black guy's got his head crushed in by some police. And that'll happen, like, you'll see like 50 of those stories in a day come from the US. You're like, oh, well, shit happens. You just sort of kind of like, you know. I mean, I was never bothered by it anyway, but, you know, most people would just come numb to that stuff. There's bad stuff happening all the time.
Some people are hypochondriacs and they get paranoid over certain things, and
oh yeah, I
then
know
there's
bad.
Others that disassociate.
That's like Dale, that is. Dale did that shit. Like he got associated so badly with that Ukrainian war. He kept saying to Greg that he was going to get nuked. He was like freaking out.
Like, what about if we get nuked? And I'm sat there like, what can you do to actually change it? Nothing. So why are you worrying about it?
He starts freaking out. I don't see what the big deal is. If we get nuked, I mean, shit happens.
Like it's something that we can't do anything about. So
I'm not worried about it. Yeah.
But do you understand what I'm trying to say though too?
Yeah. Everyone, I think it's understandable. I mean, I never had any empathy for people anyway. Never have, even when I was social. But that's me personally. But yeah, that's just how I am.
Everybody's different.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like, yeah, like one of the things that she was saying, it's like, oh, dissociating yourself from people because you become low. Well, I'm fucking dead. I got feared into a lightning strike. That's fine.
Well, it's just like when COVID hit, and the stores and they had limited people. Some were wearing masks, some were. If you sneezed or coughed, I mean, people have allergies. If you anything of that nature, they look at
Well, to be fair though, did you see though the media's interpretation of COVID? Don't get me wrong, COVID was bad, really bad. But the media made it so much worse than what. Can you? Oh, please, yes. I hate this line of thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, but you can't. Yeah, but you can't tell a difference. There's no. Your human eyes can't discern the difference. It's not worth the risk though. Like, because the way the media was, the way the media was representing that shit, right? Was that if you get fucking if anyone sneezes in a store anywhere, COVID will stick to that surface for at a bare minimum a week, and that's not in ideal temperatures. So that means at any point in that week, if anyone even breathes near a store, right, you're fucking dead. That's the way that they interpreted that. When you tell people that, and people who freak out really easily, of course they're going to be really judgmental if you sneeze, even if it's allergies or anything. Yeah, yeah. I think everyone sort of became that way because they were telling people that if you got COVID and you wasn't a very fit and healthy individual, you basically had no chance of living. And it's like, that's not the reality, that's not what the figure showed in any way, shape or form, but that's what the media represented it as. And so everyone, you know, and a lot of people trust it.
If you had ailments previous to
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's obvious. Of course.
You know.
Well, that's what. Well, originally, that's what the. Well, I don't want to get into the vaccine debate because you know that's just. I feel like leaving that in the past is the best way. I mean, people were isolating whole family members and disconnecting families because they didn't have the shot or did, and yeah. But the ideal. But the but the simple idea originally was that the COVID shot was designed for people who had ailments and underlying illnesses because they were more susceptible to a virus like COVID.
Yeah.
And healthy people didn't really need it, but then governments all got in and
just
they...
like the flu virus, you know, the flu that comes out. Those that are at higher risk contract flu and have issues, you know, with the flu. They take the flu vaccination.
Well, now the thing is now there's some people, I don't know there, but in the UK there's quite a few people who have been refusing to take it because of all the COVID shots that they've given people here and all the boosters and stuff, they had to modify the flu vaccine to make sure it didn't fuck you up.
Yeah.
The problem is...
Well, not only that, but you're seeing very bad people because of the forced production of it, I should say, or the production of the vaccines, COVID and flus.
See, this is the problem though. Yeah. The thing is, this is why it's better to not discuss it though, because it's like on the one hand people say it was developed too quickly because it was put through an emergency use. Then you've got scientists saying, well, actually, this type of technology and this vaccine, this adaptability has been proven and tested for 10 years. So here's the problem: is that you've got scientists saying one thing, you've got people saying another, you've got these articles saying this. That's why it's not worth the debate, because to be honest, I think the best thing.
I'm not trying to debate you.
Oh no, neither. It's not worth it because you can't win. There's no winning in that situation anyway, because you
people
really
are gonna believe
what they want. Yeah, there's in that argument, because there was so much misinformation going around. You can never say for 100% certainty what isn't true about that whole fucking situation. So it's better to just the whole thing. Oh yeah, because there was so many. Because there were so many allegations that all of these papers that were coming out saying it was bad.
In my opinion, is that those that we trust, government and health organizations, they had contradictory information coming out.
I think but the thing,
they contradicted themselves to the point that they no longer had any validity to what they were saying.
Yeah. Well, that's it. That's
our government was really bad for it.
Our government was bad though. Yeah. They siphoned off. They spent this is bad. This has nothing really to do with the actual COVID itself, but just the UK government. Like they siphoned off like 30-something billion. They paid for an NHS track and trace app. That money just disappeared. And they're like, yeah, it went to this one person. That's already very fishy. Not an organisation, not a person. But they couldn't trace it. And this person that they said it went to just disappeared. Yeah. They basically just used that whole thing to do that.
One company was associated with Michigan as regarded that created our tracing app to the point that they invested in the applications and
Yeah,
it was crazy.
They basically just
Not only that,
they siphoned money. That's all they did. Oh yeah.
Still have not recovered.
Well, this is what. Yeah, well, this is what this living crisis is. It's caused by this. It was. Don't get me wrong. It was already
It's
coming.
a recession. We're in recessions.
Yeah.
That I've ever seen.
Well, you weren't. You're not old enough because you would have been. You're not old. Like the only thing worse than this is the Great Depression.
Yeah,
But saying that.
the only one that lived through that was my grandfather.
But saying that though, I mean that banking crisis in 2008. It's not as bad. It's close. It's close. No. Yeah.
The amount, because I work with the state insurance and quantity of people that are dying.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
now
It's much more. Well, it's been.
where I live is $7.99
gonna say. There is, the US,
Huge differential.
there is, yeah, but there is also something in the US where, depending on the average income of an area, the stores that open there will actually base their pricing around what the average person can afford in that area. So, like, for example, like if you live in a very, very poor area of the US, a lot of the stores there will price themselves lower. And the reason why is because the people there just simply cannot afford to buy the items at their regular price. Now, I mean, that's still true with the inflation.
Well, this is where I live, right? There are a lot of cattle farms, and they buy everything down
Yeah.
here where I live, just outside one of the
Well,
major
that would do it, yeah.
capital is another thing, another reason for that too. But the quality has been disappointing.
Yeah, I agree. I know we don't even live in the same country, and I can tell you right away that that's also true here. Like, the quality of the food has decreased. But then again, I mean, when your supply chains are being limited and people are continuing buying.
Fresh produce.
Yeah, that's the same here.
I mean,
It's been limited.
lettuce, tomatoes, I love these things. Just wow. Is all I have to say. Quality, everything is much. Fruits.
Why does this always happen? Why?
I don't know. I have to.
I don't know. He likes stuff happening to him.
Oh no, I was there minding my own business doing a quest, you know. This dickhead runs into the heroic counter, aggroes all of the enemies, runs them over to me and runs off. And meanwhile, I can't
That's
kill him.
amazing.
Like,
That's amazing. He knew fully what he was doing. He fully knew what he was doing, yet he did it anyway. I love that. That's amazing.
But yeah, just
Yeah,
right
for
now,
blood, eh?
I mean, just the applications that we receive, it's just,
That's a deal.
I make a really good wage for what I do. And because of the recession and the cost of goods at this time, I run out
Yeah, most people
at the
do.
end of the month.
Yeah, most people
Yeah.
do.
That's who you do.
I mean,
Yeah, but this is
10
what I was
years
saying
ago,
before. It's
10
like,
years ago, if I had the wage that I had now 10 years ago, oh my God,
yeah,
I'd be
but this
considered
is
rich.
yeah, but this is what I was saying. This is the problem. It's like, it's only been 20 odd years since you could find houses at about 100,000, and you could do nearly a full trolley cart of shopping for about $20. It's only been about 20 odd years since you could do that.
Or fill your house for a
Yeah.
month for $100.
Now you're at $20, doesn't even fill the bottom of a cart in 20 odd years time if it keeps going this way.
$20 gets me a gallon of milk,
Yeah, it doesn't get anything. They've got to
eggs,
change something.
bread, and cheese.
Yeah, if you,
I was
yeah,
gonna say, I
Maybe.
did shopping the other day for my dad, right? And I'll usually spend like 150 quid, I'd say, on shopping a week.
Like once every 2 weeks or a week.
Mm.
Okay.
Usually about every week. And I ordered all the same stuff we usually get, right? And it equaled to £220, and I'm like, I haven't added anything extra, you motherfuckers. Like, what's this
Yeah.
bullshit?
Yeah.
that's it, man. But it's only been
I had my
20
dad-
years for that. So in another 20 years, I don't know.
It's gonna be horrible.
I think you've
But the
got
living
something.
wage isn't increasing.
No, something will have to change, because what you're going to see is a max exodus of people just being completely home. You'll have to be living off of government state type property. You'll have to be living off of government property. Your government
Or
will
subsidies.
be, yeah, but the government will run out. I mean, your government's basically your government is bankrupt already. They are bankrupt. They've been bankrupt for over a year. The problem is, and they don't pull in nowhere near. Yeah, they went it was, I think, October of 21. They went officially bankrupt. Then the Treasury extended that. Then just recently it got extended again because they went bankrupt again. Bear in mind, when I say bankrupt, they've never had their own money to begin with. It's just, I'm just stating when they've had increases from their own Treasury.
Yeah, I
But
understand.
they've had no money anyway. They've always been lending. The debt going on in the US now is worse than ours. It just keeps going up and up and up. And for every average citizen, the debt is only going up. So every single person is taking on more debt. So eventually, very soon, in fact, within the next 20 years, it's definitely all going to come crashing down because...
It's going to implode.
Yeah, well, in the next 20 years, because if your living wage isn't increasing and you have a bunch of small businesses who can't pay more money to their employees, then there's no way that they'll be afford to even live. And what's the point of going to work if you can't earn a living wage? Like, or even you shouldn't really be working to earn a living wage. You should be working so you can live a comfortable life. Not rich, but a comfortable life. So that's the point of you putting all this effort in. If you can't do that, working is irrelevant. It's pointless. Because you're saying you have to sacrifice so much time. Because even if you work a standard 9 to 5, and you do that for 5 days, plus including overtime, the majority of your life you'll be working. And you can't even earn a comfortable wage. Yeah, some don't, yeah. And some people are even worse off like that, and they have 0-hour contracts, which is where the employer chooses how much time you can work and how much to give you, how much work to give you. So if you piss them off, they can just choose not to give you work, and it's not technically illegal because you signed a 0-hour contract, which means they assign you work, so your salary will fluctuate. Yeah.
Being able there under the union, UAW, but
yeah,
it is a right to work.
That's fine.
State.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
So a lot of companies don't have that.
Yeah, well, the thing is unions. Well, no company wants to be in a union because unions are really bad for companies, and unions don't work well together. Because the idea of unions is to basically give pay for equal work, which is not how billionaires are made. Like, you can't. Well, it's impossible to make a billionaire without exploiting regular people and pushing all their salaries up.
They have morphed so much that it's now to the point that unions are almost
Oh, I suppose it depends on where you live, but like if you go to places like, yeah, yeah, definitely, like, yeah, it depends on what they go for, but yeah.
But now they're almost too.
Well, the thing is, the problem is it was always going to be politics anyway, because I mean you're trying to negotiate fair pay for fair work, and no company can function with fair pay for fair work because they're not built on fair pay. You're paid a sub-fraction of the amount that the CEO will make, and a sub-fraction of that the organization will take as a gross profit, which is a sub-fraction of a net. And then when you divide that all down, you get paid peanuts, and they get a lot of money. You know, the idea of unions is to try to combat that they are the natural enemy. That's why billionaires go around union busting, because you're going to lose a lot of money and a lot of your rights to enslave your workers if you let a union take over.
And
that's the issue. Well, it's not an issue, but it's an issue for them.
It wasn't really even about pay.
Well, safety. Yeah, well, that depends on the profession. Yeah, yeah. So that now it's different.
The original creation,
to some degree, anyway.
Was a benefit, but the way that it's morphed over the last probably 80 years, it doesn't do the job it does.
Plus, it's not even the union's completely irrelevant anyway. I mean, it's the issue you have is that now, whenever an organization knows that a union is forming, they threaten their employees. A lot of companies will threaten their employees. And the thing is, no matter what position you're in, right? It's like the position you kind of stand is that, okay, even if they wrongful fire you, okay, I mean, you could go to court, which is going to cost you a lot of money, which you don't have because you're literally living on scraps. So, I mean, you can't really afford to join a union. And the unions will sometimes give you and pay for those fees.
You can skip on that too, though, is agencies now that unions you don't have any say to fight back. Okay, if you're not in the union, you at least still have some protection based on the unemployment agencies that are in place. So we have an unemployment agency that if you are fired unlawful reason,
Yeah, but this is the thing. That's the issue. Is the thing is if a company's smart about it, they're never going to get sued for something like that, because it's so easy to fire an employee under what should be classed as wrongful termination, is what it is. But the issue is that proving that it's unless they're really stupid and you get fired for absolutely ludicrous reason, right? They normally they'll find a way to get you fired by some dumb shit, which is normally what they do to get around it.
and some do get away with it, and some don't. I've
Some
seen
don't.
cases of
Yeah,
both.
it depends. Yeah, depends how they go about it.
Yeah, and it depends on the type of attorney that you have too. That
Yeah.
at least is.
Yeah, but unless you've got a good amount of money, have fun with that.
Yeah,
I mean, you
Well,
guess you could.
sometimes they'll take the court cases and they'll. If
So
they
some
win,
do,
they'll
yeah.
do
If they
certain
win,
things.
yeah, it'll get paid. Yeah, they'll get
Pro bono.
reparations.
Some of them will even do it pro bono based on what the situation
I'll
is as
shake
well.
on that.
Yeah, but considering most lawyers are out for money, I mean, if I was a lawyer, the only way I'd take a case if it was 100% sure thing. I mean, really, you want money going along the trace rather than waiting to get reparations at the end. I mean, that's not really
Yeah. Well, I
a
think
solid business
a
model.
lot of lawyers are too smart. They can see cycles as to what's happening.
Well, I'd hope so.
Some, not all.
Yeah, not all lawyers are good, but at a bare minimum, they have to be able to pass the bar, which is still one of the hardest standardized tests you could take.
Yeah.
But it is, once again, it is still mostly basic comprehension and memory test. So
Yeah.
it's a difficult test, yes, but it doesn't mean that you're a good lawyer just because you can pass the bar.
Right.
Even though it is a low pass rate, which is pretty crazy, but that's just the way tests are. Most of them are just based on standardized memory testing and basic comprehension of phrasing. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, there's still, I don't even know what the pass rate is now, but I know it's extremely low. I can't imagine it's gone up much. I don't know.
Right, I'm sorry.
The bar, the rate for the pass rate for the bar. It's low. It's low.
I don't.
Because you can't just have a law degree. You have to pass the bar as well to be able to practice. So you can't just, yeah. So you have to. You don't even need a law degree to take the bar. I don't think. Pretty sure you can actually just take the bar.
I don't know.
I don't actually know if you need a law degree to take. You might. We'll have a look.
Yeah.
It's not something I normally keep up on, but I don't know if you even need a law degree to do it, or if you just simply can take it under potential recommendation. I don't know. Not quite sure how that works, but yeah. I'll look into that.
Mine was always my thing was numbers. I always did well with numbers, so I took accounting.
That makes sense.
You saved my life.
Oh, what the fuck? I wasn't even paying attention. You scam artist. I wasn't paying attention. You fucking scam artist. Outrageous. Absolutely out fucking outrageous. You just tried to scam me out of that, bro. Outrageous. Oh, we'll get them anyway. Right. Anyway. Whoa. Oh, hello. No. What are we actually having this one? There's nothing. Oh, it's the vulnerable, yeah. We did pretty well against him considering our vulnerable damage is nerfed by 60%. That just kind of shows how little the vulnerable damage really contributes all that much. It helps, but that just kind of shows, like, I mean, if we're still able to, I mean, what I should say is it shows how broken this heart is, not so much how little vulnerable damage does. It does a lot. It's just, you know, the heart is just a joke. Oh man, there's a fucking goblin. Bro, like, you were supposed to come first, buddy. I'm supposed to see you and then the big boy. We got him pretty early on. He was just chilling now. I can't believe that timing though. I thought I just screwed myself because I was putting my head down, I looked over, I come back and the fucking butcher's in place. He's like, fresh feet. Just fucking, oh my god. And my headset's too low so I didn't hear any music change or anything. I was like, oh no. Grab. What's thing? I think I put it at 50, didn't I? That would be why. Yeah, 50 ended up being too low. Need to put that at 80. Anyway. That's the way to go, which means it's likely the stone carving's this way. Go.
We bore you to death, Greg.
Oh no, I'm just doing daily quests.
Yeah.
Not exactly entertaining.
Yeah, let's talk about some of you pick a topic, Greg. There you go.
Oh,
Then, yeah, let's talk about cars and stuff. You love cars.
yeah, I like cars.
Oh, it was nice having a conversation and not having an argument. So thank you.
So it goes. Well, we won't talk. No one said anything actually that controversial though. All the stuff is very basic known.
Well, it could have, depending on a person's point of view and perspective, and lack of wanting to understand what the other one's thinking or saying too.
Yeah, get the level in there. You want to like that.
No.
My level, what?
No, thank you.
Oh, we don't need no. To be fair though, no, I completely agree. I mean, it's outrageous what they're doing with the black market oils. It's taking the whole world, whole notch.
We were talking about fucking Ukraine and shit. And he goes, he goes, well, how do you know that? He goes, because I've looked things up on the internet and everything. He's like, what? So just because it's on the internet, it automatically means it's true? And I was like, what? Just because you say something?
I don't mind listening to other people's perspective because, in my opinion, I may have missed something along the way.
Oh no,
there will be
crazy.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though is, I mean, I don't mind listening to other
Genius is another
opinion.
word.
If I disagree, I will respectfully disagree, and kind of leave it at okay, we agree to disagree. But I don't. Some conversations don't always go that way.
Yeah.
And it turns
I know
out
there's a lot of people that get
an all-out
hurt
fight.
when you don't have the same view as them. They
Yes.
take it as like it's like you're the enemy. That's the way they take it. And it's not like
Yes.
that. Oh, you just have different views, and that's fine.
Depends
I
on
mean,
the topic though,
there-
don't it? I suppose. I mean, go
Yes and no. Sometimes
try and talk to someone who's anti-vax and tell them that the COVID vaccine's a good thing, and then come back to me.
You know what?
Like that would be
I'm
tough.
anti-vax when it comes to the COVID. I never got the COVID shot.
Yeah,
Do
but I'm
I
talking.
disrespect
I'm
those?
talking
but
like
do I
real
disrespect those that have?
anti-vaxxers.
No.
I'm talking about real anti. I'm talking about the people that rather take horse dewormer than take their vaccination. I'm talking real anti-vaxxers, not people who go, I don't think this one's as safe as the other ones. No, there's some rationale. Go, no, I want the guys with the horse dewormers where they'll take shit like that and take fucking
See, I
pills
made
for
a
animals.
choice for me, my girlfriend, who's been my best friend since high school for 30 plus years. Her choice was to have the vaccine and her family get the vaccine. I chose not to. And it didn't ruin our relationship. We respected each other's opinions on the subject.
Ugh.
You know what I mean? And I trust her with my life. I mean, she's one of my primary, if something happens to me, she'll make the decision.
That's weird.
But when it comes to personal things like that,
But
I don't always.
If something happens to me, box me up, son. I'm fucking ready. Fucking box me up. Some fucking homeless dude commit decision for me. Box me up, son.
But lately here, it
Don't
seems
bother
like
me.
society, you're either one way or another. There's no in between.
I'm a lot more lax. Like, fucking hell, if something happens to me, I'll fucking get the neck. I'll find a homeless dude outside and fucking you make the decision, box me up. I'm ready to go.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's one way or another. There is nobody wants to have an actual conversation.
Well, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of debates that happen like officially. There's a lot of channels there. There's a lot of channels you can watch. Like, but yeah, most of the time it's just one person trying to prove their point is right and the other one saying it's wrong. It's no. It's not really.
Debates,
not really a debate. You know.
at the end of the day, if you walk away and say, okay, I respectfully agree to disagree, like Greg was saying, there's like a hard line.
Oh, no, most people. Well, I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's what happens with a lot of like. Well, right now it's all about woke and transgender talk. That's what most of the debates are about. So, and that's a touchy subject because
Yeah, did you see
you can't. No.
Oh,
The what?
So,
Alright.
I watched the Overwatch League, where it's like the pro players, and they have a transgender caster on there, right? And you know your son, like the fucking barrel player?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're Raven, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. His friend, this guy called Legendary Overwatch, the caster as well.
Yeah.
And he started taking the piss out of this person on stream, calling him a pig and an animal.
I'm not surprised.
Obviously, they fucking fired him, but it's
Yeah.
like, I don't agree with it. Just the way it is.
Yeah, I think yeah, but then at the same time, it's like that. You make the same argument though, right? It's like I know what you're saying. It's like that's the way they are, right? But the problem is the Overwatch League isn't in. I don't know where he's from. I don't know where it's legendary because, but let's say it's from Egypt. He's Egyptian. I don't know. If he is, you know, the Overwatch League is in America, and you have to follow American guidelines. That's the thing. No, I agree with what you're saying, that not everything revolves. Americans a lot of the time forget that they have a lot of freedom, a lot to say whatever they want and do almost anything they want. That does not fly in most other countries. Like the UK, you can go and piss on the fucking Prime Minister here, and you can just walk off and you'll be fine. Because, you know, it's just, this country is a fucking mess. You couldn't literally do it, but I'm choosing it as an exaggeration. You know, but
if you did something like that,
if you did something like in the UAE, you would literally, I don't even know if you'd make it to prison. You might be beheaded. Well, this is a good example. I saw this recently. There's a person.
like China or even Japan.
Oh, well, in China,
They wouldn't accept their disrespect.
you wouldn't even make it that far in China. They've probably got a sniper. If you're a foreigner, they've probably got a sniper on you from the minute you walk in the fucking country. But the thing is, it's there's a person called the Sassy Trucker. This has come up recently. It's like, well, not that long ago, but she's been detained for a few months at least over in the UAE, and she might be looking at a 1-year prison sentence there because she supposedly gave the middle finger to one of the car rental places in UAE. And UAE has no. They don't allow you to do that shit. They don't allow you to mock people or swear at them. Even though the middle finger is considered very mild in the US, it's not a big deal. But the thing is, over there, they have a law. You can't do that. It carries a nearly $5,400 fine, as well as up to a 1-year prison sentence. But Americans don't understand that the rules they have in the US are very, very lax compared to places like UAE and like China. They don't accept nothing like that. They'll fuck you up. Or like going to North Korea. But I mean, if you're going to North Korea, it's kind of on you. If you get, you know, that,
right?
Like, people go on these guided tours to North Korea and they go, I wonder how I lost my testicles when they put me in prison. It's like, but don't just, why are you going to North Korea, bro? It's not a country known for leniency. It's a country known where they'll mentally castrate you if you destroy one of their billboards. Like, don't go there. It's not a country you should be going to. If you're not born there, count your blessings and move on. Don't go there.
The thing is if you're going to go to a place, learn their customs, learn what's acceptable and what's not acceptable.
And just don't go to North Korea ever. It's just not worth the risk.
Never.
You should just never go to North Korea. Because first off, you have to go. It's that strict because it's a whole fake thing, right? Because they have to show off that they have all this power and stuff. I mean, they obviously have a lot of power. They're a country, but at the same time, they have a lot of fake. But you have to take guided tours. You have to meet a guide at the airport before you fly there and take a guided tour around their country before you even fly there. because you're not allowed to go outside of that. I mean, one guy broke a hotel sign. Sometimes it's you know, just inside the hotel there's signs and like he broke one of those when he was drunk. Right, they put him in prison, and by the time they got back to the US, he'd been tortured that much that he died before he even got off the plane. He just got off the plane and he was already dead. He's already brain dead. That's what they did to him for just doing that, but just literally breaking a sign. Now, don't get me wrong; it's obviously a sign of disrespect, but you know, to basically brain dead a human being, to kill someone's brain because he broke a sign, yeah, that should tell you don't go to North Korea. It's not what. That's dangerous stuff, man. You're really asking to get fucked up if you go there.
I have no plans.
I wouldn't. I mean, you can go there, and as long as you're respectful, nothing will happen to you. But I just wouldn't take the risk. You accidentally disrespect them in some way or anything, you're probably fucking dead. Like I don't think you're making it back to wherever you come from in one piece.
That's what they need to do. They need to send chavs over there.
Oh no, don't do that. Because they'll start. Yeah.
Chavs.
I don't think North Korea would survive if the chavs got a hold of them.
What are the chavs?
I don't even know.
It's a term
What, you mean if they got all their fucking courses with their fucking massively exaggerated exhausts and start ripping it round their fucking town squares? Oh, I don't know if they'd make it.
It's the way they talk.
Yeah.
Foreign language. They said speak English.
Well, see, I see it a different way. I see it as a way where it's actually quite impressive that although we have the English language, which in its own right is fucking horrendously shit, right? It's been constructed very poorly, right? But here's the thing. They've made up their own language to supplement words they didn't even need to supplement in the first place. The words for things that they use already existed, and they still chose to make an extension of their own language, which they somehow all universally understand. I find that impressive more than weird. Like, not many people can say they do that. And they all universally understand it as well in some way.
Yeah, I hope you never ever come across your dad. What the fuck is this?
It's bad enough trying to figure out what the hell Ben said.
Yeah, well, he's Scottish, so you know.
Oh.
Yeah. Which is weird because it sounds nothing. It doesn't even close. He scouts. He doesn't even really sound close, but yeah.
Well, part of my problem with understanding Ben, don't take this wrong, it's just sometimes he slurs his words to
I'm
the point
offended.
where everything runs into each other.
Oh, that's
and
just
I
the way
can't.
Scouts
Yeah,
is. That's
yeah,
just,
it is. Yeah.
Okay,
where
and
we
I
grew up.
can't discern.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm not. I ain't much better though. I can't. There's times where I can't understand what Dolo says. He just mumbles sometimes to me. Like sometimes I can understand him. There's times where I can't understand him at all.
Wait until later. I'll make it higher. You can listen to fucking that one where you go for it.
Yeah, that was the guy that was in there. That guy was in there the other day, right? He was already there.
He's like Dolo, but squeaky. Like,
Well, I wouldn't say he's
so
squeaky,
bad
but I know.
to him.
I don't know. I think
like he's got like a way higher pitch
Yeah,
voice
yeah,
than
yeah, than
everybody else in the party, and
Dolo,
it's
yeah.
so annoying to listen to.
I mean, why
Don't
is
get me wrong, I like Ben. It's just I don't.
No,
Have
no, I'm gonna tell him you hate him now. It's over. I'm gonna tell him you hate him. No, he wouldn't. He knows his accent. Right? If his accent's that bad, right? That the first like date he went on is like an Xbox date. The girl literally said straight to his face, "Your accent is disgusting." That's the first thing she said. Literally. I mean, so I'm not gonna lie, like, it don't really matter if you say it, you can't hurt him more than what that person did. I mean, going on a date with someone and going, your accent is just horrible. It's like, oh, thanks. Because you can't do anything about it.
Ain't even strong.
It's not even that bad. This is way stronger than him. Way stronger.
Yeah, if you came across someone, like, I wouldn't even be able to understand them.
Yeah, they can be a lot.
Some of them are bad. Like,
Yeah,
you're like, holy shit, what are you saying?
We'll do a PvP run first, and then we'll do another dungeon because we've been doing too many dungeons.
Constantly asking Greg what in the hell he said because I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, there's times that I know Dolo the other day was pretty comprehensible to me. I could understand exactly what he said, but then he stuttered and I lost it.
Where is Dolo from?
The US.
Is he?
Yeah. There's no. I don't want to break it to
Where's
you,
he
but
from? Chicago, isn't he?
I
Is
thought it was
Chicago,
Detroit. It's
Some
Detroit.
shit like that.
Detroit?
he lives in
And he
Detroit.
talks like that?
He lives in Detroit. Yeah.
He's a couple hours down the road from me, and I can't understand him half the time.
Yeah, I'm not.
Thing I don't
Well, I don't really mind it that much, to be honest. It just sometimes I just struggle. Oh, that's good ones. I just struggle to understand some of the things he says. When he, you know, when he laughs and stuff, and it sounds like a dolphin, and then it all, and then it goes into, and then he starts rapping. Pretty much when he laughs, it's okay. Like he'll talk comprehensively, and then he'll laugh, and then he'll say something in a quick thing, and it'll sound like he's had a stroke, and then he'll laugh again, and I lose it after that. I need a translator because I kind of lose it.
One day we was in the party and they were talking about going to the studio and that.
Yeah, okay.
And we sat there listening to it and then they started laughing.
Yeah.
Like, you sent me a message through WhatsApp. You're like, is it me or do they sound like dolphins?
Yeah, they have like the same, like, I don't know how to put it, but like the way that dolphins try to communicate, yeah, they sound the same when they laughed. That's weird, man.
Goodbye, surprise.
That was the same day where it sounded like his friend said he was going to rate kids aged to like 8 to 10 or something like that.
Yeah, it literally
It sounded it sounded exactly like that. Yeah.
Bad.
It's mad. Yeah, it was pretty rough. Because I was sitting there, I was like, this don't sound right. He's like, I don't know, man. I just, it's hard for me to understand those guys sometimes.
Trust me, I'm from Michigan. He's from Michigan. And I still don't understand him.
Right, I'm back in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, the bone spear, it's pretty much equal, but the essence goes, the thing is it's 2 less essence, so that's going to be what? 2% damage loss, 2% crit, but then you gain, the bone spear one does like 100 something more. It's like a higher roll. The armor's pretty much the same. We get 1.4% from the physical. The crit strike matches. But that has... Wait, why does it say -2? Is that not -3?
I'm trying to think of who that other person was a long time ago.
Huh?
He was another one that
Is that just...
I had a hard time
Is that not a
understanding
-3?
as well.
Okay. And -3 then. It's only because of that bone... Well, we'll keep it on us and we'll just see. Let's just keep going. Let's do a rotation. We need to just get going.
Greg might remember.
Yeah, maybe. He might. Yeah, Dolo he's hard to understand sometimes. Him and his friend is when they get going. I just can't understand anything they say.
I'm not a fan of Dolo, so stay away.
Neither's Brutus, so.
Sorry.
I said neither's Brutus. Brutus don't like him
You
either.
don't care for him either?
Yeah. You don't dislike him, but you don't want to be in a party with him.
Some people are just too much. You know what I mean?
You mean he's too charismatic?
I wouldn't say charismatic, but that much of it.
Okay then. Well, I'm not gonna. I feel like pressing any further is probably not gonna help them. What's the? Oh no.
Well, charismatic to me means energetic, things of that nature. To me, I don't get his humor.
Not his humor, just his character. It's not his humor. I mean, he's more charismatic than anyone I've met from the UK. But that, you know, most people from the UK are lifeless. So.
Let me put it to you this way. He comes off as a really big, arrogant ass, and I'm not a big fan of that. How's that?
I mean, it's to the
Whether
point.
he is or isn't, I don't know, but just that's...
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he's ever said anything arrogant. I would say delusional might be a more accurate word. I don't know about arrogant. I don't know. He's never he's never boasted to me about having a bunch of money or being super famous. He said things like he'll say things like, oh yeah, I make like 10 grand every time I release a track, or oh, I've got all these followers on Twitch, which is a streaming platform, but I'm not even affiliate and I've got these guys. I don't see that as being, I mean, maybe he's boasting, but he's not really trying to throw it in your face. I think he might just, you know.
Most of the conversations that I
I don't know.
have participated with him are chats, his recording thing wasn't crappy as other things. It's been a while, so to be very specific right now and being so long would be hard. But that was his.
Well, I don't think he's changed
feeling.
much. He's like 39
Yeah,
years
that's-
old. He's probably said the
That's
exact
kind
same.
of the feeling of when I first met him.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
So it was kind of a put on.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, Brutus Stone just doesn't like the way he acts, I'm pretty sure. He's not really, he just doesn't like the his energy.
Yeah.
So, I don't really mind him, but he does say some. I mean, I'm not,
Energy's good.
I would say that the trade-off talking to him is worth it because of some things that he said. Just his logic and the way that he identifies life and challenges are so funny to me. That the last time he brought them up, I cried because they were so funny. So to me, because it's funny, it's a trade-off. It's worth it to me. No, that's a trade-off. He's funny. Not on
And,
purpose.
you know, it could
It's just some
be a
dumb shit.
different. It could just be a different.
Well, you are. Well, your best person. You are best person.
Personalities.
Well, best person to say to really come out would be Greg, because Greg spent actually, well, probably the most time with him. I don't talk to him all that much, but I don't think Greg minds him that much. But
Yeah.
so if that's the vibe you get from him, that's the vibe you get from him. I mean, you didn't. You
Exactly.
know, that's what it is. Not really. I'm not gonna lie. It's not like it's a big loss for you. I mean, he's not really got anything to offer you anyway. I mean, he plays Neverwinter, but he's not great. And I mean, unless at any time in the near future you're planning to release a mixtape, at which point, or a SoundCloud, and you want to be a SoundCloud rapper, at which point I think he's got you covered.
Oh, there you go. But
If you ever plan
I'm
on
a
being
little old for the whole
Oh no,
studio recording thing.
I don't know about that. I don't think there's an age limit on it. Pretty sure you can do it whenever you want.
It's not even an interest for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you know, if it is, he's probably the guy to
25
call.
years ago, probably a total different story. I used to sing a lot of karaoke. Nowadays,
Oh no, Dolo's more into rap, so you'd have to do some rapping more than karaoke.
that would never happen.
That's not his specialty. You'd have to be, you'd be the new Eminem.
Yeah, I'm not a rapper. I
Yeah.
really didn't even care for the old school rap, so.
Oh, poor Dolo. His heart would be broken.
I
Yeah, I don't think he's bothered. But yeah, I don't know. Well, the thing that I never got, like I said with him, as I said to Greg before, I was like, if this dude makes like 10k from or and plus from like the music he makes, I don't understand how he gets himself into a position where he's begging his friends for like $10 and $15 to buy Neverwinter Special Diamonds or Zen. So,
hard to say.
well, exactly. I mean, unless he's literally releasing like two tracks a year, maybe, then I can kind of, then it's nothing. I can kind of get behind that. But then the way that he kind of describes it is that he doesn't really struggle for money all that much, like with the way that he brings his points across. But who knows?
Yeah.
Not really too sure.
I figured I hit 50. I made it. I survived. And when I die, I'm going to have a controller in my hand.
Well, no, I was going to
my
say,
life goals.
50's not really that old anymore. Barely over halfway.
No. I look at it this way. I'm going to die with a controller in my hand, so I got another good 20, maybe 30 years.
You might, yeah. Nothing happens to you.
That's the hope. I'll be in a nursing home with a controller in my hand playing video games, yelling at nurses to get out because I'm busy.
That's probably good. Probably a very realistic reality for people from my generation who only play video games most of the time. And people younger than me who now control iPads at the age of like 5 years old.
It's funny though, is, let's see, he's 24. He was 13 when I bought him his first Xbox 360. So about 11 years ago is when I kind of started playing off to the side, because he was old enough to entertain himself by that time. Of course, his buddies came over and played. And, they had PS2s and Xbox 360s, and then they got into WoW and laptops. So about that time, he wasn't really active in sports or anything, so I ended up gaming myself and started off with Dragon Age and Skyrim and kept it pretty simple till November of 2017 when I picked up Neverwinter. And then I started broadening my horizons for other games that I kind of became online friends with. So my gaming experience is limited to the last 11 years. That's it.
Oh yeah, that's
prior to
that's
that,
weak
we had
sauce.
the
That is,
Atari.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
weak sauce.
we had Atari growing up in the 80s, and that was basically, you know, Caterpillar, Pac-Man, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I
Wasn't
was,
the true
yeah,
gaming.
yeah, not
We
quite.
had a system.
I
We
was
had
gonna
the
say,
56.
you've 11 years like that. To put that into perspective, the difference between us. I played just one game for almost as long as you've been gaming your entire life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I played RuneScape for like it was nearly 11 years. I'd just say 10 to round it, but it was nearly 11 years I played that one game for.
Yeah.
That's like the whole time
So
you've been gaming.
it's definitely a, you know, generational gap with
Yeah.
regards to gaming.
Well, it's getting even worse now. I mean, like, say kids are controlling iPads and iPhones and tablets at the age of like 6 years. Let's say you've got tablets raising children most of the time.
Yeah, or phones.
Yeah, but considering the fact that children are annoying as fuck, I'm not really surprised. Just try and get rid of
Well,
them
they
any way
spend
you
a lot
can.
of time on YouTube or watching, you know, Netflix.
Yeah.
Kid programs and teenagers.
Yeah, well, it's the energy though, because like, adults just don't have the same level as kid energy, man. Like, you see these kids fucking bouncing around, but I'll fucking kick you in your throat, man, if you're just too fucking excited. But that's the thing with kids is they're just energy. They just don't fucking, like, they just got so much energy. Just bounce around and shit, like. And adults just can't keep up with that shit, man.
There's no way that I could keep
You
up
can't
with
keep up.
grandkids if I ever have them.
You can't keep
Not right
up.
now.
No, there's no way. Like, yeah, you just can't keep up with kids, man. They got way too much energy. They're bouncing around
Can I
and
ask
shit.
how old you are?
48.
No, you're
No,
not.
but I'm rounding. No, I'm nearly.
Are you around the same age as them?
No, Greg's nearly dead. He's like, Greg, well, fucking hell, old. Well, he was 30 in the 1500s, so
No, he just turned.
he's like 300 and something years old. Wait, no, nearly. Let's just round off at shot 400 years old, something like that. Yeah, no, Greg. No, I'm about 5 years younger than Greg.
You're about 25 then?
Yeah, well, I am 25.
Okay, so you're about the same age as my son then.
Yeah, close enough.
He'll be 25 this February.
But Greg's
so he
not.
just turned
Greg's
24.
not really 30 though. That's just what his birth certificate says.
Not while I'm in town.
But he's a lot
Oh.
older than that.
I see.
Yeah, he's like same age as. Do you know how old Dust is? That's sort of like what the age you're looking at.
By surprise in
I don't know. I think I'm more, you know.
Maybe, but I don't know. I think it's close. The problem is you're actually 50 and Greg's supposed to only be 30, but it's kind of hard to believe. See, he's
You're
not
such
here.
a brat sometimes, you know
See,
that?
he's either not here. Oh, it's much worse than this.
He's-
I've been so. Do you know?
I know.
Do you know how nice I've been since I've joined this party? This is not me at all. I'm
And
literally like holding everything back, and it takes a lot of willpower.
And I appreciate it because I'm really enjoying our conversation.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's it. You see, now this just ain't me. But you know, I gotta get a few digs in here and there, or else it's just really not me. Too much not me, even.
Yeah.
So you know, I get a few digs in here now. Greg likes. He loves all the attention. He loves when I give him attention. He says he don't like it,
Well,
but he loves it. Oh,
I'm liking the conversation we're having today, so thank you.
yeah.
I know you're ready to let loose and
Just
give 'em all
cleared the
kinds of hell, but I
dungeon.
appreciate it.
Oh, why have I done that? I'm such a fucking goose, man. Oh, well, it's not a big deal, but it's just like, what a waste of a dungeon. I knew I'd do that shit. It's because of the habit. I finished that. It's like, yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
When Greg comes back, I'm gonna have to go. I've got a order being delivered, food grocery order that I gotta take care of, and take a break for a little bit, grab some foods.
Fair enough.
It's supposed to be sometime between noon and 1, so hop into a dungeon because
Yeah, it depends how fast you can clear it.
well, I've been keeping it pretty tame.
Yeah.
I kept, like I said, I keep them between like 39, 40 to 45 tops by myself.
Yeah, I mean,
If I can get the right aspects.
I don't bother pushing too high. Yeah, I don't push too high. I don't really do anything over 60. Just because there's no point. Like, I could, but there's just no real benefit.
Well,
I don't want to.
why frustrate yourself? You know what I mean?
I don't think I'd struggle at all. Like, the amount of damage my class puts out is just mental. I one-shot pretty much everything, including all bosses. Like, I don't really struggle. But the only thing I have to be careful of is CC.
I just don't like to frustrate myself. It's not worth it. I'm here to have fun. That's my fun with it.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, and plus anyway, you're going to get buffed technically tomorrow because you're going to have that new update fix. Well, it buffs the XP, it buffs the mob density as well for the nightmare dungeons as well as Helltide. So you're going to get pretty big XP boost from that stuff.
That's what Greg was telling me.
Yeah. So with all that, I mean, you really don't need to go any higher right now, unless they're changing it. So I don't think you're going to have to go 10 levels above to get the max XP bonus. I did read it, but I didn't read it properly, so I didn't really capture exactly the amount. I'm more interested in like the temerity pants and stuff and some of the changes they're making to the class I'm currently playing. That's really all I look at, because there's quite a few changes.
I wasn't even aware of. I knew that there was something coming with regards to the barber, but I didn't know when or.
Yeah, it's coming in the patch tomorrow, but they're not. Yeah, the only reason they're not taking that shit away is because they know that people would lose their fucking minds if they made it so that barber thing didn't double dip with all of your crit and skills, and they no.
Well, what would be the point of even coding it out and then taking it away?
Well, it's a bug. It's not designed. It's not supposed to do that.
Well, what I meant though is the first person hits.
Well, the crit just shows up on their screen, but it just when it's activated, whoever's activated, they're the person that sees the number, but everyone's damage just goes into it and then double dips and then gets spit out. The problem with it is that it double dips your damage. So you throw a number, and then it takes all your crit damage, all your vulnerable damage, all of those exponential multipliers, and then adds them together with your original hit that you did for the crit and spits the number out, which does way too much damage. But if they nerf that now, whilst everyone's built their builds around it, I think everyone would literally stop playing the game. And you'd have no players. Because they've just released one of the worst patches of all time that everyone's just lost their minds over and review bombed the game and everyone's just going nuts. So yeah, they ain't gonna risk that. But they are fixing the
biggest thing that's... And you know what's funny is, with everything that they've changed with that, when they brought out the new season, it hasn't affected me too much because of what I started out with as the necro, so going into a druid or something else, I'm not going to notice that. But the thing that's pissing me off actually what they did is I've run so many things around between whispers and don't get credit with my favors, and that's one of the ways that because I'll go in and do those dungeons or do events or activities and not get my true whispers. That's a lot of experience that I've lost because it doesn't credit me.
I haven't had the issue, to be honest. All the true whispers I do by accident have all credited me, to be honest.
I've done bosses, I've done region events, and I used to get, my grim favors, but something. I even sit there and wait for 2 minutes to make sure that, that time away. And I've missed out on so many opportunities turning into whispers, and it just, that pisses me off right now. That's the biggest thing that I've noticed.
To be fair, it's not. I mean, the XP's kind of mid, and the items aren't great.
Well,
so I mean, at least if you're gonna have
something in and I got 700,000
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
That's a lot.
Oh, well, I guess what
700,000 can be a lot by yourself.
I don't know.
And
I
if
mean,
you just happen,
personally, I don't know
Yeah,
how
but
many
if you're
dungeons you run. I don't know. Like, for me, it's not a lot. It doesn't even really move my bar. And then if I go into a nightmare
it's-
dungeon, I can move it. Like, I
the
can.
thing is, if it's something that completes, it's extra. You know what I mean? It's like
guess.
running around doing things and something completes in your for your quest because you just happen to be doing something. It's
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
it's extra experience.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
if
there is
I'm,
no real XP in the overworld, so to be honest, because of the level.
yeah. So if I'm running around and have to come up across something that might be
Yeah, it would be
incredibly
nice.
in your favor or whatever, it's just, but to not get credit for that, it's annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I've not experienced the issue, but let's say for me, I don't worry about it anyway. I mean, the Grim Favor doesn't really drop any good items. It's more like the Tree of Whispers is basically like an early game thing when you hit 50, that it actually helps, because at 50, at 50 it moves the bar, but the 700k I get, it really doesn't do anything for me. Like the Nightmare
Well,
Dungeons
it's
are the
just
only
nice
thing
to
that move
have
it.
it.
Well, I'd rather have it. I'd rather have it than not have it. But yeah, like I said, I can't really feel your pain, because to be honest with you, I've not had that issue. Everything I've done, but I don't search for it though. I don't go out and search for them.
Yeah, I don't base.
Just do them.
I don't base my progress off of that, but it's nice to have that a little extra when I'm completing stuff, and when I'm not getting credit for it, it's like bullshit.
True. I mean, it would be nice if it just worked properly, yeah. But that's it. I mean,
it's every game.
Yeah.
Can it work properly? Probably
yeah,
not.
yeah. Well, this is the game where you really don't expect to work properly. Don't expect to. I mean, well, the game is in such a bad state at the moment. But then again, you know, Diablo 3 was the same, so I guess we just got to be
I don't have
patient.
anything to base my Diablo experience on, because this is the only one I've ever played.
Technically, I don't either, because I never experienced how bad Diablo 3 was on release. I only experienced it after they'd patched everything, so I played a game that was a lot better, and Diablo 3 is the only one I'd played. So coming into this game, it feels to me like a massively significant downgrade from Diablo 3.
Gotcha.
But I didn't play when it was all busted up and shit, so it's hard for me to see the process to get to the end product where this game is actually good and fun.
Yeah.
So that's the issue. I don't have that kind of that progress.
And see, I don't have the past experience with Diablo 3 and its game style. That's probably why I'm enjoying 4.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
Interrupt, but I'm getting off.
Oh.
And I'll be on later.
Cool.
I was actually waiting for you because I wanted to say goodbye and thank you for joining me in the game, because I've got a delivery order here coming soon, so I was gonna back out. But thank you, Tev, for the nice conversation.
Yeah, that's me. The guy who gives good conversations.
Anyways, I'll catch up with you guys later. You have a good day.
Yeah, you have a good one.
Cheers.
Yeah, I'm not getting off.
Okay. Yeah, my bad. My bad. I was like,
I come back and she was still rambling on. I'm like, oh,
I joined, and I was hoping that because it was anonymous, I was kind of debating whether to join or not. But I was like, it's open, so I was like, maybe it's DJ, because DJ appears offline. I see Turtle, I'm like, oh no. It's fine. I mean, it could be worse. I mean, I was having to hold back quite a lot. I was doing you a favour. Like that was, but I know she'll leave. If I say anything weird, she'll leave immediately. Actually. So, that's weird. Like, I was gonna say, you've been playing with Dalo so much. I was quite surprised. You were just chilling.
what?
Oh. He's back streaming. Yeah, I saw a fucking article today where they were like, oh, yeah, apparently the dev team was like, yeah, we know that the new hero is very likely going to be really overpowered and broken, but we don't want to make the same mistake that we did with Lifeweaver and make him really shit. So they're just like straight up, they were just admitting that they were like, yeah, we know it's likely going to be broke, but we'd rather start there than start with the shit character. I kind of agree. I kind of agree in a way, but here's the problem. I only agree if you're a support player. Because if I'm a DPS, I'm a DPS main, right? Like, you're a DPS main, you only play DPS. You only play support because you don't like DPS, but if DPS was fun to you, you wouldn't play support. But you're a DPS player. So, for the same logic, to apply to you doesn't really, you know, make any sense because... Oh, wait. You stay out here, and then I might be able to complete this event for once. Stay there. Yeah, the thing is the event, like, if you're a DPS player, you have to play against this overpowered healer, and they're like, yeah, we'll start there and then we'll nerf it. Well, I mean, it's great if you're a support player, because you're the one who gets to use the character, you're the one who gets to use this overpowered thing. But, oh, you ran in, you dumb fuck. Yeah, but now it's like, that's the only thing. So as a support player, I'm like, yeah, great, you give me an overpowered hero that I can use, but if I'm a DPS player, I'm not too happy about that. Because, you know, you bring Lifeweaver out, and he's shit. But then saying that, I suppose I could look at it another way as well, and say, would you, you know, like, you know when you go in as a DPS or a tank and you see a fucking Lifeweaver on your team, you know you've lost. So there's that as well. That is it, I want to see this new hero, man, like... I haven't actually seen what it looks like or anything. Damn, man. Well, I don't think it wouldn't get that mad anymore, surely. Because he's... No, the best time for him was when they first did that change with the true MMR. And he wasn't in top 500. Slay. Well, where the fuck's the last enemy? I've unlocked the whole dungeon. Over here, man? Is it bugged?
It's locked.
I guess so.
I just hope the new season for Diablo is actually good. Like, they actually make... Like, that don't feel like a season at all.
No, it's not. It's just...
some big joke. Like, oh, here you go, restart your character. Like, that's what that fucking feels like. So just... I can't say that they can put Malignant Hearts and be like, yep, this is content.
Well, I mean... I think season 2 would be the best season, because... They know that they've got to come out with a crazy season.
The whole thing with me is the game is so fucking easy.
Okay.
I think that's the thing that makes it so boring. Like, because they nerfed all the Nightmare Dungeons. They're not a challenge at all.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
that doesn't... And then they give you these powers that are stupid overpowered. Like...
Yeah.
It's just a bad, like, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean...
If they would have given you the Malignant Hearts with the way the dungeons were, then that would have actually been kind of fun.
Well, I mean, you could always go make a hardcore character. Make it... I mean, you've seen how hard they are. Not many people make it to the end.
Yeah, why the fuck would I want to make a hardcore character when you randomly disconnect from that game? Fuck that, I ain't stupid.
Just saying. This is bugged out. That's fun. Yeah. Wasted
Dude, like,
dungeon.
literally, all that necro is, throw a bone spear, everything dies.
Well, yeah, but that's what it was. That's what it was before the hearts as well. It was literally the same thing.
Yeah, but it wasn't to the extent of what it is now.
No, the heart makes it much worse.
Because the enemies had more health, but they've nerfed all the health of all the enemies and then just give you like basically double damage. Like, what
I don't think they really intended though to give you that damage. I mean that heart was not intended to be broken. It wouldn't be that insane if it didn't double dip. It'd still be good though. I think but they're not. They can't take it away now. If you took that away, I think the whole season would literally die. If you took...
The season's pretty much dead
anyway. It is.
Like,
it is.
People I've seen complaining about it. They're like, there's nothing to do.
Yeah, well, there's that. I mean, someone did post on Reddit. They were like, they saw Diablo at like 12k on Twitch, and they were like, "Oof, that's seriously bad news." The game's only been out a couple months and then this is one of the biggest releases and it's at fucking 12k in 2 months. I mean, have you seen that fucking Baldur's Gate? That fucking thing's nearly 1 million players just on Steam. On its release on PC. Yeah, that shit's...
Very good game.
The thing is for me is I'd love to play it, but the problem is I just don't like turn-based. It's too slow. Far too slow. I've seen the gameplay of it and I was like, I really love the game. I really like it. I just wish it wasn't turn-based. It's just way too slow of a game for me. It looks really good. But yeah, that's the only thing that kind of is going to put me off it. Is that. So I don't know. But yeah. You've got a long time to wait for the new Diablo season though, so because this one doesn't even finish till October 17th. So
yeah, I already told Brutus if the next season hasn't got a shit ton of content on it.
yeah, I don't.
It's actually fun. That game's getting a little repetitive.
Well, I mean, it's one of those where it's like I feel like
because I am not leveling that character. Hell, like I don't even think I'll get that necro to 100.
I mean, I will because I might as well. But I mean, I like to finish. If I've started a character and there's no reason not to get it to 100 besides the fact that it's a boring nightmare dungeon, I'll go do it. But like I say, I'm also farming to 1 million fucking shards of hate as well, so. Which is, whilst it is pointless, at the same time, it just gives me something to do. Because I literally have quite a long time. I expected it to take me longer to get to 100 this time around, but it's only the start of August and I'm already, I'm nearly 97. So I've got to wait until the start of September for Starfield, and that's if Starfield's even any good. We don't know. We've seen some reviews and some like opinions on it, which makes it doesn't sound good, but you never know. And then if that's bad, the next game that should be a guaranteed good game is Lies of P, which is like a Souls-like game. I think yeah, I need to go on there and change my class, fucking, at some point. Change it over.
Yeah, see, I'm pretty sure it's
As big as, yeah.
fucking massive, and it's pretty much gonna be a new game.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely will be worth the money. Even if it's expensive, it'll be worth the money because it's like... It might even be like... It could even end up being like a £50 expansion. Because if it's this... No.
I'll buy it in a heartbeat.
It's definitely worth its money. I definitely wasn't as obsessed with Elden Ring as you was. Like, I was at the start, but it gets a little old after a while because I started to notice, like, it's a massive, massive world, but there's lots of repetition in it. A lot of repetition. It's not like it's like all unique stuff. Most of it's repeated.
Oh no, but look how many fucking games do that shit.
Oh yeah, no, that game's still better. Game's still the best game I've played. Yeah. Like, there's not a game that's topped that. Not recently, anyway. Like, no way. I don't think any game will top it.
And he's like, yeah, I've been watching my son play. It's so funny. Like, what is that? He's like, that dude was stuck on the fire giant for like 2 weeks. I was like, yeah.
To be fair, the fire giant is one of the harder fights. He does have a lot of health. He's not difficult to kill, but he does have a lot of health. I mean, I don't think I struggled killing him with the sorcerer.
Yeah, but you probably had Combat Azure.
I did.
Yeah, Combat Azure does not do shit.
No, they nerfed the fuck out of it. Yeah, I know. No, the one that I saw, I watched one recently that was funny. There's like a bubble staff you can get. There's like a staff that spits out bubbles, and you can stack some ridiculous damage with it, just spitting bubbles and stuff. And you can do like one. You can one-shot boss. Yeah.
There's 3 different versions of it.
There's that. There's another one I saw. Another spell called like a stone digger spell. It's literally just like you just like drill like your staff like a spear into them, and you just stand next to them. And if you stack it all right, it takes a lot of buffs, but if you stack it all right, you can one-shot almost all of the bosses in the game. Besides like the Elden Beast, and you can phase every boss. The only thing you can't kill in one shot, including like things that phase, is the Elden Beast. Got too much health at the end. But yeah. That's quite funny. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. I don't know whether to start a new character though for the DLC. I don't know if that's a good.
I think I would. I think
Yeah, but the issue is the thing that concerns me is it's how they present you with the DLC. Because if they say, oh, it's a brand new area, has nothing to do with the main game, right? This is a new fucking area, right? This is a whole new thing. Then I'm like, yeah. But the thing is if they turn around and they say, yeah, you've got to be this far in the game to be able to unlock it, and you have to do this quest line to get it, I don't know how they're going to approach it. Like I say, if they're going to make it completely separate from the main game, which I hope they do, then I'll make a new character, because my character is completely broken beyond recognition because of the rune exploit, the rune duping. It's just completely broken. Like, it just murders everything. Even as a sorcerer, and a sorcerer was hard to play on that game, bro. Like, because I wasn't using like all people didn't find what they found now. So the standard setup was basically stack as much as you can and then do combat azure, which is fucking, that was hard to kill bosses with. I mean, you could kill bosses if you had the mimic tier that would take the aggro away from you, but you had to stand there for a hot minute while she burned itself down, and it was not easy to kill all those bosses when you didn't have something running around the room to draw aggro. Shit was not too fun. I would have honestly beat the game a lot easier if I'd have just played a regular fucking build, but I don't know, worth a try though. Some things were fun. Yeah, hopefully they separate. Well, you say that, but the people he's probably playing against are quite good, right? So.
I mean, yeah, he says so.
I mean, are they any GM though with his what's it called? Pretty sure, like, thought he was quite high with his DPS now. I know it started off like low. I thought he was.
It's
quite
just how many shots he misses. He'll fucking use the freeze full clip, 6 bullets, and hit 1 shot, and it's like, how are you missing that many? It's like fucking, he's firing warning shots.
It is. I do find that weird how PC players can't track that well, considering the type of game, considering how easy it is to track on a mouse. Like, it's really not. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I guess movement plays into a part of it, which it does. Wait, what's this? Crit, vulnerable, intelligence, and damage to distant. 802. What's the rolls though? Yeah, bad rolls.
Fair trade.
I think a lot of thing that makes it hard is that it's when people move, it's their movement that throws people off. Because you have no aim assist, so you have nothing slowing your aim down when you're basically when you're going side to side. So if you fuck up tracking people with when they go side to side with that movement, yeah, it can go bad.
What was that? Oh my god, he sucks.
It's a really nice thing to say.
He tried free firing this soldier. You could see him through the window. The soldier had his ult, right? And he's standing at the other side of the window. He tried to free fire and fired like fucking 2 seconds too early.
Oh.
Like, the soldiers jumped through the room and annihilated him.
Aw.
Mate, this Reinhardt is shitting on his team. Holy fuck.
I'm curious how much healing that new character does. You know, with the beam, like how that would work. Because you say it's got mercy-like healing, but do you know how?
That's what they said. That's what they said.
Well, that's what they said, yeah. Well, the thing is, could you imagine that Mercy's healing ain't like quick? Do you know what I mean? It's like consistent, but it's not really, really fast. Can you imagine how hard it might actually be to track something like a Genji in mid-air whilst he's jumping around if it's got Mercy-like healing? It might be quite difficult. I don't know, I guess we'll find out, but it might be kind of tough to track that. I'm not sure about console, because console tracking isn't the same as PC, because we have aim assist. So it's just a completely different beast when it comes to tracking. Mm. Well, this one here is, wait, it's 1206 and it's 1249. This is 12. I can try and upgrade it. How many? Because I think I have a lot of resources. I think it's a bad piece though. Yeah, I have a bunch of pieces. Doesn't matter. Right, yeah, it's 1249. The 808ers. Same essence, 3% less, 3% less. Yeah, it's just outright worse. That's fine. We have so many resources, it really doesn't matter. Even if we upgrade something pointlessly, it's not a problem for us. The Strava Deep Wood. We can do that.
What are these high noons, man? Like, I legit just watched Unsalted Salt High Noon a fucking health pack.
Predicting someone was going to go to it. He's so good at the game, he just knows where people are going to be before they go there.
He's getting slapped by somebody called Kool-Aid Man. Look at this.
Kool-Aid Man. Not Kool-Aid Man, I'm about to dunk on him. This could be interesting. I don't say any in Ash player. So, when does season 6 come out? Wow, it's that close. Okay.
Well, the end of season, I checked. I said they've fallen for 6 days.
Okay. What day does it land on? I might actually have to do it. Do you know what actual day it lands on, or is it just?
I think it's down.
Is it Thursday? Would it be like Thursday, Friday?
End Thursday.
And then come on. Right. So basically, I can start going and unlocking that character Friday. Yeah. I was going to say, because I'm not going to lie, Overwatch, I don't find that game very fun anymore, but what I will say is that I will definitely be playing that quite a lot on my main account. Yeah, to unlock that bitch.
Overwatch is fun.
How?
When you have, like, okay teammates.
Yeah.
It's shit when you go into a game, you wait like 10 minutes to get into a game,
Yeah,
and
but
the other team is just so much better. And it's just
Yeah,
like,
but that's the issue though. It's like, bro, you're playing a competitive game. If you can't stand to have teammates aren't as good because it's randomized, it's like it doesn't really work.
I don't mind that.
Not you, but I'm just saying that.
Way.
Yeah, it happens to me all the time. It happens to me constantly. In fact, that's why I don't play a game anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong. The last time I went on there, I did pretty well as a support, but it's like it's random. Like you can't carry as a support player. So if you play as a support player, you could be ML7 him fucking self healing, and you cannot carry those people. I mean, unless he was to go out and kill everyone himself, that's the only way. But if you're actually just a player who was to just go in there, do your job, heal, support your team, unless you go around killing their whole team for them, you literally can't win. Because you can't, healing doesn't make people better at the game, it just keeps them alive longer. So you have to go out of your way and kill them yourself. In what way is that fucking fair, bro? Like, I couldn't dodge, I couldn't do anything, mate. This game, sometimes, man, this fucking game hates me. It gives me the most bullshit stuff. It gives me the most... That is not good, bro. It's a weekday, though. 9k.
I'll put it this way, this is how bad this game is right now.
Yeah, but is he actually on a different game? Is he actually streaming though? That's what
I'm guessing Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. Baldur's Gate, look, like I say, it's gonna be insane, but I'm just not a turn-based player. It's too slow for me. Far too slow. That also could be why he's not on at all. Yeah. I can't imagine he's finding the game very fun right now though.
Oh no.
I mean, like I said, this game might just be one of those where you just leave it alone for a while and then come back to it later after it's had a bunch of patches and see if it's any good then. That might be the way to go with this game. Camping on the bridge. Cheating bastards.
Yeah, I can say right now, this Baldur's Gate game, I would play this for 5 minutes and delete this off my Xbox.
Oh, you're looking at the turn-based thing?
Yeah, this was whack. Well, it's not whack,
I think...
it's not my type of fucking thing. Like, I could not play, I'd get so bored so quick.
Well, there must be. It must have an absolutely massive community though, because like I said, to get nearly 1 million players on Steam alone. Well, it might only be on Steam, that might be why, but even still, even if it is only on Steam, that's an insane amount of players, bro. That's a lot of people. Like, then again, saying that, I feel like they've released it at a really good time because Diablo is in such a bad state that a lot of the Diablo players would look for something better. And Baldur's Gate, a clearly superior game. But to be honest with you, I can't really preach that Diablo's combat is slow and boring and then go play a turn-based game, which has the slowest combat out of all slow combats. There is no speed in a turn-based game, it's all about strategy, which is fine if you want to spend your time doing that, but if I was going to do that, I'd rather go play chess. If you're going to spend your time doing that, instead of playing Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, the only strategy games I really like. Like that shit what I just watched there, he was fighting 3 fucking people. 3 fucking people. Like, and his fucking archer person who sat up top kept missing. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
You imagine that, you plan your whole strategy out, you got these fucking misses.
It just, I don't know, I don't see the enjoyment with that, honestly, like...
Well, some people like to just, well, some people like to just chill. I don't think, I mean, but like I say, I can't sit here and be like, oh, Diablo's combat's really, really slow, and then you go and play Baldur's Gate. It's even slower. So, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, with I remember Diablo at one point, like, when it first came out, that shit hit like nearly 1 million people on Twitch. In less than 2 months, it's at 9k. With such a big release and some...
why it hit that is because of the name.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. But that alone, and that's what I mean. But they didn't even manage to carry them that far.
Yeah, and the thing is people were spotting problems, but as soon as they started playing,
yeah,
that's the issue. Whereas Baldur's Gate's been out for a couple of days, and
it's got like a 90% positive review thing. I think the only people that would dislike Baldur's Gate and actually give it a bad review are probably people who played went and bought it, didn't realise it was turn-based, and then got upset that it wasn't a free-moving game.
I was gonna say, I looked into it before it came out, and then once I seen it was turn-based, I just stopped altogether.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's something I'm never gonna play.
Yeah, I'd like to say, it's really a shame because it sounds like a really, really good game, but you have to be into turn-based games. But someone who played a lot of MMOs, and it's just not for me. What's this? No, no.
I'll shake on that.
Yeah, it's tough to play something like that. Slightly better. It's only 16, it can go.
Yeah, give it over. Proper tools
roll
of
over.
vengeance. Have a look.
You hear that last night?
Yeah, they really need to release more games. It's been pretty tough.
Carlo, now Leah.
Really not been any games come out that are actually worth playing besides Baldur's Gate, of course, but
That's how that's done.
yeah, if you're not into that, then that's a bit rough.
I just watched Metro get slapped by a guy playing Slim. Slim?
Slim.
And the fucking guy is called Crop Duster. And he just absolutely
Oh my God.
pooped on Metro.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty fucking...
I cannot
All
do
you ever talk about is him getting pooped on, but you never talk about his highlights. How good of a player he is.
Haven't
He's got to
he?
have some highlights.
He has got good aim. Like, that's it. That's the only reason. And if it, I mean, in Overwatch 1, he was like low masters. Your aim can only carry you so far in games, but well, at least on this game,
Yeah. True. Or if you want to get to the top really easy, you can just become a Mercy damage boost main, and then you can get to GM as long as you can find a DPS and can carry you.
like I've seen this dude do some questionable things. I'm just like, you cannot be that stupid to do that. Like that right there, he's running down. So he ran back to the same place and died the exact same fucking way.
That doesn't sound
Yeah, I
too
think
good.
the funniest one I've seen is when Reinhardt pulls his shield up, everyone was falling dead, he pops back.
Oh yeah.
Ryan just looked at him like, you're alright.
He just stares at him. I don't really know how your game sense could be that bad though, to be fair, if you play it when you play Overwatch that much.
He's got one of the worst game sense I've seen on Soldier. And that's come from someone that isn't fucking flat. Like,
Yeah, but I feel like it's quite easy to say.
plays.
True, but I also think it's quite easy to say it though.
Yeah, but I would do what he does. And I like that.
Maybe not, but you know, it is pretty common for like lower ranks to always say stuff like, oh, why would you make that decision, or why do you do that? And it seems pretty obvious, but like in the moment you just don't realise it. It's very common, not even just with Overwatch, like Valorant and stuff. There'll be like gold players saying like, oh, why did this pro player do this? Makes no sense. It's just people just make mistakes when they're in the heat of stuff. That's just how it goes. People do make mistakes, even good players.
Very good at making mistakes.
People do make
a lot of them.
Yeah, I think Overwatch is quite easy to make a lot of mistakes. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Yeah. Come on, bird. Yeah, I think Salt's better than Metro. I enjoy watching Salt. The thing is with Salt is he actually can play well.
Everyone fucking calls him shit. He gets tilted.
Yeah, doesn't he just calls them all like plat shitters or whatever, plat mindset, some which, and then just ignores them. But the thing is it's like there are some people that would have that mindset. I mean, it does happen with a lot of low ranks. When you, as a low rank player, it will look like really obvious when they make mistakes. It just happens. That's why people don't take like the opinions of people who are low ranked on games. They only take pro players' views, and the issue is with that. I mean, it does work sometimes, but then it's like only if it benefits a pro player, but it's shit in low rank, then you have to deal with it as a low rank player. Overwatch does this a lot, or they used to anyway. Where they used to consult pro players and they'd make changes for pro players, and it would just make the game worse.
I need more time. I'm not ready yet.
I think I am actually going to take a break from it. Don't fine.
What? You could just play more Diablo. What are you doing?
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, no. I would rather sit here and watch Unsalted Soul.
There's nothing more fun than Diablo.
That game's fucking... That is snooze fest, that game. Tell
Hey.
me I'm wrong. I go on there and I'll be like... I'm like, this is so boring.
I don't think it makes me tired, but yeah, I mean, it's not. I'm not exactly excited.
I need more time.
Like, you
oh,
have to pick
can't
up
wait.
about 500 pieces of gear to potentially get one upgrade. Yeah, that's so fun.
That is kind of like that. Is, yeah. Done. Oh dear. Thing is, I want to say he's wrong. No, he's not, bro. That's literally the same thing I say when I play this fucking game, man. It's like whenever I play this game, it's like I wouldn't say it's hard to play, like in the sense of like, oh, I struggle to have to get on and it's such an effort. I don't really see it like that. I don't really struggle like that. But yeah, I mean, when all I can really do and show you is, hey, we just want to finish off, get to 100. So we're basically just going to be grinding nightmares. It's not exactly the most entertaining thing I could possibly show you. But this is what the game is, man. Like, I mean, I want them to add more stuff so I can show you cooler stuff, but this is it. And my only options are either this. Well, the thing is it's not really even an option because we've got so much time to kill. Because we've got from now, which is August 7th currently, right, all the way to early September before Starfield drops. And then if Starfield's bad, we've got all the way till like nearly 2/3 of the way through September before we have any opportunity of playing something that might be decent.
That's a good addition to my wares.
I can keep my eyes out for any, what's it called? I'll keep that because it's 20%.
Not while I'm in
Haven't got a max roll one, but 21% will help. Give us a little bit more damage. But this is the one we're rocking right now. It's pretty good rolls. But yeah. I mean, I'll keep an eye out because the one thing I have been able to get is arms. I've had a lot of like perfect roll arms, but I mean, depends if we'll get any now. You know, stuff changes. But yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, like I say, I'm gonna do the opening. I'm gonna do it like, well, at the minute we're at, like I say, we're at 400k. At the moment, we're at 400k shards and we're at 96, coming on 97. As long as I'm consistent, right, with like the amount that I roll this, it's definitely possible for me to be, I want to say somewhere into the 500 to 600k range before we max out. No, and it might be more. I don't know. 100% because it's hard to exactly say because it depends how many runs we do. The only way you could say for sure is if we guaranteed did this exact many runs every single day. But the thing is right now, within reason, the more the better. But I don't want to be at a point where all I'm doing is in the PvP area. That's the time where I'll probably do that off stream. I'll whack a fucking, like, some TV shows on, and I'll just fucking run in circles, right, off stream and just fucking collect up a bunch of shards. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to do it on stream because I just don't see the point. This game is not exactly the most exciting thing that you could possibly watch. And so I'm not gonna fucking make someone that anyone want to watch it go, oh, you know what, it just runs in circles in a fucking PvP area. You know what I mean? That's what it's going to take to get it done. You'll just end up seeing the final result, which would be the million shot opening. And I think that's pretty much, then that'll be me done with this game. I don't know if we'll challenge Lilith yet, depends how I feel. I may. But we're probably going to get dunked on by her anyway. But I genuinely don't care about getting her mount or tile or whatever the fuck she gives. So I think it's just a mount and tile. Because they don't mean anything, because there's no... You're not really showing off for any reason. Do you know what I mean? It's like no one cares about titles. No one really cares about your mount that you're riding. You don't even see anyone let anyone see it 90% of the time. So I mean, unless the only way that I mean, I don't know. I guess Lilith could be like, oh, 1% thing, but then it's like before. But now they've nerfed. There's a lot more people that have done it. And with all the broken builds, it's just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it'll be worth our time, but we'll see. Depends. But like I said, I mean, I guess if I do just one attempt, I mean, how much time are we really wasting? That's the thing. The idea is to do it where it doesn't inconvenience us. Because I don't want to waste time doing it because it's a fruitless endeavor. So doing it in a way where it doesn't really come at the cost of us doing other stuff and playing other stuff whilst we're waiting for more stuff to come out. But we've got to find something decent, man. Like, the Valorant's alright and all, but yeah, nothing really that exciting happens on Valorant. It's a good clip generator. It's good for like fucking clips and my TikTok and stuff like that, you know, and my other channel for clips. But as far as like actual gameplay goes, yeah, I mean, it's really just not that exciting when you watch a video on fucking Valorant. Oh, it's like, oh, I played some comp games. Do you know what I mean? It's like you can't really, I can't do anything absolutely just bonkers, bro, because well, first off, I just ain't good enough. And also, I'm probably, the thing is as well is that since the only gun I can use is an AWP, it's, yeah, when I'm playing it's yeah, kind of hit and miss. But I don't know, I probably will play some Valorant again to try and pick up a bit more consistency on my other channels. Because playing Diablo, doing Diablo stuff, there's not really been a lot of activity on those other channels because this isn't a clip-worthy game. Like, I saw a clip, it was on TikTok, I was just, you know, doing some stuff and it just popped up on there, and it was like, oh, this build's overpowered, and I was like, I watched it, this has like 55,000 likes, right? So it's a sizable video, and I'm like, oh, alright then. So I go look at it, and it is a rogue doing possibly one of the slowest kills on a boss I have ever seen in my life. I'm like, I should just do that shit. I'll go on my tits, I'll make a clip, I'll go, this build's overpowered, right? And then I'll just walk into a boss and we'll just go one-shot it with our necro, because we can. The boss he did has literally no health whatsoever. And he goes, oh, so it was level 82 as well. And like, it's so fucking, it's like, oh, this build is overpowered. And then they just go onto it, and I'm like, bro, you're doing like negative damage. Like, any boss you should really one-shotting at this point. Is with a Twisted Blades rogue build. With poison imbuement. And I was like, this build's not that strong. Oh, what's going on, man? Oh, thank you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know how that goes. 1 minute until the reset. Come on. 1 minute. So I may have to try that shit. We'll just go up to boss fight. This build's overpowered. And then we'll just go and one-shot anything, and then let's just see what happens. Because I mean, we could pretty much just one-shot whatever the fuck we want. As long as I set up and build properly, we can pretty much one-shot most things. So, at this point, because we even have essence slotted now, so we're at, well, we don't have the requirements yet. We only have 7.9% increased crit strike damage because we need to get more decks. I presume he just gonna look at the build layout, but I'm pretty sure it's just stack fucking decks at this point with what points you have left into this to make sure you get, yeah, that's all he does. It's just stack decks all the way. You know what I mean? It's just, how the fuck? Oh, okay. Again, apparently you can, if you get this, you can get this. That's weird. Why can you do that? Weird. Yeah, he pretty much just goes around grabbing all of the decks in this tree. So, yeah, let me keep that. I'll put that in the bank. And I was like, damn, man. I was like, that's all it takes. Just make up a fake, like, fucking title and go, oh, this build's overpowered. And then do, like, 10 damage. I was shocked because I thought it was going to be something crazy, right? I guess that's how he draws you in, right? Because, like, oh, this build's overpowered. He says, oh, wow. And then it has, like, the emoji with the wide eyes, and you're like, oh, my. And you go look at it, and he does, like, 10 damage. He doesn't even do any damage to this fucking boss. And I'm like, oh, my God. I don't see any overpoweredness. I mean, if you're going to tell me something's overpowered, I expect a one-shot. I don't know if we could one-shot a world boss. Maybe. With the right build and right setup. But we'd never be able to do it with the 2 seconds barb fucking malignant heart. We need a 4-second one. If we got 4 seconds, it's possible because you can stack enough damage. You need to be stacking more damage. If we don't stack enough, it wouldn't even matter. Right. Well, we ended up wasting a couple dungeons, unfortunately. Aken's Grasp. Pallid Delve. That's distant targets, though. I don't feel like that one's really that doable. Deadman's Dredge. Yeah, we can do that. Let's go. Oh, man. Oh, fucking hell. Right. Hey, get off me, bitches. I'm surprised that dungeon bugged out, though. I've never seen that Pallid Delve. I wonder if it was something to do with the fact that I cancelled my other dungeon. With that, I doubt it, though. I think it was just something to do with a weird spawn. Bugged out. Okay, let's wait. Let's see here. Pop a potion. Any potion will do. But yeah, I will be bringing Battlefield back though. So if anyone interested in that, like, it is fun honestly playing that when you just get to beat people up with shields and stuff. Something different. We may still be able to do it. We may still be able to do the Pallid Delve. I'm just wondering. 60% reduction in all this cave. Maybe. Because the thing is there's quite a few dungeons that I've isolated that are doable, they're decent. But the only good one, the best one is Deadman's Dredge, Alder's Cave, Serat's Lair is good as well. Path of the Blind is average. Oh, why are they still going off? Oh, there must be another one with lightning. Where is he? Oh, that was weird. Oh, it's his little fucking clone. Yeah. Serat's Lair is good. What's it called? Mariner's Refuge is good as well. That's doable. Yeah, a lot of these dungeons, only certain dungeons are going to give you a decent amount of XP, but the reason I said that they're good, it depends because these are like necros. Hey, buddy. Oh, yeah, let's go put the Animus in. Yeah, that is pretty brutal. Someone put it on there. It was like 12.9k or 12.1k, something like that. And he was saying right now Diablo's at like 9k. That is brutal. But then again, I say that, but I've seen Battlefield quite a lot, and that most of the time has between about 500 and 1,000. So the Battlefield's very, very old. And also, it literally was one of the worst games of all time. But here's the thing, is that now I know Overwatch is coming out in a few days. We'll be playing Overwatch for the new season, so with the new hero. So I think it'll genuinely, that genuinely will be interesting, because it's going to be, oh my god, get out of the way, fucking fat boy. Get away, pussy. Man, they really went for me there. They really wanted my ass right there. Fucking hell. But yeah, I think it will be interesting since we do play a support and they're giving us an overpowered support. Hey, that's good for us, man. I think just playing fucking around, you know, with that new support could be really interesting. Oh, reload. But yeah, I think it depends. Like, if I'm not sure if I agree that I wouldn't play season 2. I would love for some better content, of course, but I also kind of have my own agenda where I don't want to get all classes to max. Like I wouldn't go do a wizard. I don't like the wizard's playstyle whatsoever. Not even in the slightest do I like that playstyle. So I'm not bothered. Even though the wizard is getting buffed, I'm not interested in its playstyle. The druid's playstyle though, with the werewolf, seems interesting. So, like I say, after that point, I feel like I'll have completed the game. The barb I have no interest in. Its playstyle is horrendous. And I mean, the necro is not that. It's all about preference. I'm just not a big fan of the way that the barb is played personally. So I was like, okay, the barb I'm not interested in. So I'll have played every class that, in my opinion, interests me. Do you know what I mean? So at that point, I'll likely stop playing this game once I've done that. So I think I will likely still play season 2 to play the druid, presuming it can do damage, some damage at least, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to do the most damage. I mean, I played a rogue in the Eternal Realm, and that wasn't doing the most damage, but that was by far the most fun class though. That rogue is more fun than people realise. See, even like the guy who I was talking to, he doesn't understand because he hasn't played the rogue. But it's like, it's not that the rogue is the strongest, it's not that it's the fastest moving, but what it is its combat fluidity and the way you move in combat against the enemies keeps you the most engaged out of all of the classes. Because the barb has absolutely no like skill to it whatsoever. It just spin around, or even if you use a different build, there's barely any movement based things to jump into mobs. Then obviously the druid, necro all speak for themselves. The wizard's exactly the same as well. They all have very boring playstyles, and the rogue is the only one that has the mobile fluidity in combat. If you want to set it up that way, you can set it up in a boring way as well. But if you want to set it up in that way, you can make it interesting. And in my opinion, it is by far the best class for just entertainment value for you in the game. But I'll be honest, it doesn't do the most damage. It does a lot of damage, it doesn't do the most damage. As far as I'm aware, I'm pretty sure that still reigns true with the necro and the druid for this season. Garen hold, we'll leave you on the floor, bud. I'm pretty sure that's all just held by the necro and the druid in this season. I think the druid is number 1 as far as I'm aware, and I think the necro is number 2. Which makes a lot of sense. I'll probably go essence first. Because essence is just going to give us more crit damage, so probably essence first, and then we'll do sacrificial after. So being sacrificial is the first one. Right.
Arms for the light. Anything else?
But yeah, I mean, it's definitely interesting. All these different changes. Like I say, it's really a shame with Baldur's Gate because I'll be honest, I might still try. Because I just don't like turn-based games. And it's really a shame because the thing is with turn-based games, the thing is with a lot of the turn-based games is they've got really good concepts and they're really, really interesting. Like Baldur's Gate, for example, but it's turn-based, so basically it eliminates any need to have any fast-paced combat whatsoever. And all I've done there since the start of this game is complain about how slow the combat is. Even on the rogue, it's slow. It's faster than everything else, which makes it the most interesting out of the choices you have. But it's not. But the thing is it's not very fast-paced combat. It's not really my style. And the thing is to be honest, I've slowed down quite a bit. Like, I've already noticed, like, with dodging red zones and stuff, you know, you get complacent because you're not having to move at fast speeds. You get really complacent with it. And there's not a lot of stuff to track in this game. So it's like, or like there'll be a lot of stuff in the way, because you'll notice that sometimes I'll get hit by red zones when there's a bunch of stuff going on, like explosions, and I can't see what's going on, or it's under a bunch of corpses and dead bodies and shit, and I'll lose. Yeah, that's just, you know, it's just bad UI there. Well, not bad UI per se, but bad just like, yeah, actual like, overlay. Oh, fucking hell, that dude just swung me, he just fucking slapped me. Just had the flick of the wrist, like, just fucking about murdered me. That guy didn't give a fuck. Oh my god. No. Ow. Hang that fucking bitch to the face. I saw someone last night on Reddit. They were complaining about like their first, their top 5 most hated enemy. Can you not? Can you fucking, hey, can you fuck off? Look how fast he's attacking me. Damn, bro. What's going on? I didn't do anything to you. Yeah, they were talking about like the top 5 like worst enemies in the game that he hates, or this individual hates, and it was like Wraiths number 1, thingy number 2. That Wraiths are number 1. What was it? Number 2, Boars. Like what we're fighting now. Yeah, they were number 2. Then it's just, I was sitting there, I was like, okay, I see where this is going, bro. You're just gonna list all the worst mobs, which yeah, they are, but here's the thing is that for the necro, you might think, well, then what's the point, right? If you're the problem is if boars are bad, why would you run Ogre's Cave? And the reason why is because it's a very simple concept. If you run a necro, right, and this, I guess this would apply to a druid as well, because of the tornadoes. You want to look for small enclosed spaces. So if you look at this, right, if you look at this area, most of the things you throw your bone spear down, small enclosed crevices. Where, you know what I mean, where the bone spear, the enemies can't go anywhere, it's like you funnel them in. And I by the same logic, I feel like the druid would likely apply with this as well, because you have tornadoes that randomly go places, and then you can have them target mobs. You can have them sometimes, I think up to like 3 of them can target mobs at a time. Something weird like that. But the thing is it's something along those lines. It's not perfect, I don't know it perfectly, but it's something similar to that. And so, with all these random tornadoes going out, right, what you can do is you can actually, what's it called? You can actually limit the distance of where the tornadoes can travel. Because what you're doing is you're making it so that the tornado can only bounce wall to wall. And they can't, and the mobs can't really move anywhere. So that's why this same logic, that's why like Mariner's Refuge, Serat's Lair, Alder's Cave are really good as well. Like some of the ones that are like tolerable that you can do if you don't have a good dungeon is like Path of the Blind. That's tolerable. That's not a bad dungeon. It's not the best dungeon, but it's tolerable until you can get some better dungeons. Akin's Grasp, that's another good one. Pallid Delve, that's another one. You can do, there's quite a few dungeons because I had to analyze which ones were actually playable for my class, because there are just ones like the Immolation one that's not doable. Tomb of the Saints and stuff, but there's some that I haven't analysed, like Tomb of the Saints stuff, and the only reason I haven't done that, and there's other ones that I just haven't, similar to Path of the Blind where I didn't, and I did it and I was like, okay, it's not too bad. The reason why, and then Chanel House or Charnel House, however you pronounce that, that's also doable. The reason I haven't analysed any more is because I feel like I've got enough dungeons that will drop most of the time, unless I'm really unlucky, and I have been unlucky before with getting bad dungeons, and at that point that's when you might need to expand. But for me, I've been lucky enough to be able to just get by with the amount of dungeons I've analysed and gone, okay, well, these are all clearly doable. I can clearly, oh, bros, but I did pop a potion. Yeah, the bone spear come back and killed him. Nice. Just get out of the way of that. Ow. Tried to assassinate me. That's the only thing you do have to be careful about in here, is you can get assassinated by these guys. But to be honest with you, they are a bit of a, they're still a bit of a non-factor. And you see all these narrow like hallways and stuff. This is what I would think that would be good for a druid as well, because you've got tornadoes flying everywhere. But if you limit the range of motion of the mobs so they can only go here, obviously the tornadoes will get bounced off the wall. You know what I mean? Like they can't go anywhere because they're within the collision boundary. So they have a smaller area, all the mobs funnel in like that, and your tornadoes just rip them to shreds. That's what I was that's kind of the same logic I've been taking, that likely would help with like mob groups with the werewolf build. So But yeah, I don't know if that's the exact logic you need to take with that. 'Cause I don't play it, I just presume that might be one of the ways you could go about it. Maybe it doesn't matter at all. Maybe it really doesn't matter. Maybe wraiths don't really matter that much to that werewolf build because it can lock on to range targets and stuff and just fuck them up. But for a necro specifically, yeah, they're bad. Because you're throwing bone spears around and then teleporting around in front of you. The thing with wraiths that sucks is you'll go into a room and there'll be nothing there, and then they'll all TP right in front of you and behind you and try and assassinate you with bowmen and stuff, and it's just like, oh, and they're all over the place. They're really, you know, because you want, yeah, I got fucking assassinated. I knew that was coming. Yeah. I went to pull that guy in, got hit by one of them, and the other guy assassinated me at the same time. Ended up killing me off. 2 assassins in the same group, and they're both elites. That's not fucking fun, but I can probably suck them in from there now I know that they're, yeah, and just kill them. Where's the other one? Yeah, like he just fucks off. This way. Let's try this way. Yeah, I mean, things can happen, but it's still a decent dungeon, man. You get, you know what I mean? You get a lot of XP from this dungeon. There's a lot of elites in here as well. Quite a lot you'll come across, so worth it. Okay. Oh, that's actually real. Wow. Okay. Surprised for this dungeon that that's actually real at all. Mariner's Refuge, that's a dungeon that's doable. Okay, well I'll have to go back then. I don't mind because even though I've got a pylon, it's not a big deal. We're not really struggling to kill the mobs, are we? So, there we go. Ba ba ba. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I don't know why I'm singing the Wii music, but you know.
That's a deal.
Yeah. 0.4, I already have 0.5, there's no point to that.
Yeah, give it over.
You go, buddy.
Yourself.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised we got paid back. Not that like I said, I don't want the gold back, but now we have 124 mil at the minute. This is the most gold I've ever had. I only had like 47 million or whatever when he gave us that, so. But it'd be a nice way to roll fucking an item if we need to. But I really didn't need the money back, to be honest. Like I just said to, I was like, bro, I don't care. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. Just a friend for friend thing, sort of thing, yeah. He needed some gold. I was done playing the game. He can have it. So. But we have to be careful with trading gold because if we trade too much, well, it's very rare we do it. But if you trade too much, the issue is, you can get permabanned for it. Yeah, that's the thing. Because their system is an automatic system for gold trading, so, and item trading as well.
I'll shake on that.
Basic skills, blood mist. Yeah, but like I said, the one thing with the necro that I found that's kind of like meh is that it's really, really difficult to get the aspects. I've not struggled so much, like, because we don't get a lot of, we've had quite a few gear upgrades, but obviously at this point we don't get shit. Oh, did I already check this? No. What you got for me? I mean, blood, corpse, curse. I mean, well, let's be honest, we just know that's pointless. Lovely. Alright then.
Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah. Right. I'll do another PvP run then, and then we can probably call it this after that. For the first stream, then the second stream we'll do the same thing. But now we have a quota, because now, if the new Overwatch thing comes out, let's say end of week, we want to well, it was, it's Monday today. I don't know if I'll be able to stream in the day tomorrow because I've got to go do another long drive for car mods again. So it'll be tomorrow night where I can stream. What I might do though is, depending on, I don't know, I might be able to stream tomorrow. It's kind of hit and miss because it's, yeah, it's not going to be like an all-day thing, but it depends how long it takes them to do it, how to do all these car mods or whatever. So because I don't know how long it's going to take them to do it, or as I say, truck mods, but whatever. I don't know how long it's going to take them to pull that off, so it could end up, I don't think it'll be an all-day thing regardless, but it might be too late for me to stream. But what I'll do in the event of anything is, if I don't stream in the daytime tomorrow, obviously I will be streaming at night anyway, but if I don't stream in the day, I'll do off stream, I'll do some PvP grinding, right, to try and get us up there a little bit with some of the shards, right, and then in the day, if I can't stream. So regardless, we'll still be meeting the quota, you know what I mean, we'll still kind of like be getting closer to it. Because 1,000,000 shards is a lot of shards, man, so I mean, we can't, it's not going to be so easily achievable by like passively doing what we're doing now. Doable, but not so easy, because we're only at 400 and nearly 30,000. So, but we're also at 97. So I reckon we could be looking at maybe, well, based on that, depending on how often I do the runs and depends on the situation, you might be looking at about 600,000 shards you might get to before you hit 100. It honestly solely depends on how fast we get to 100, because the thing is tomorrow there's a new patch, obviously the new Diablo patch comes out, which buffs XP, buffs mob density for everywhere in like everything we've been doing with our, you know, the Helltide, with our, you know, our nightmare dungeons and stuff. So we're going to reach 100 a lot faster. So it's good, but that means more grinding for me off stream to get us to 1,000,000, because you know, initially I don't think we need 1,000,000, but I'll be completely honest, it sounds better to say, okay, we're going to do a fucking loot drop opening for 1,000,000 shards from the Shards of Hate than it does say, oh, we're going to do 600 and X thousand. And also, I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of curious. Was that a raffle? I don't think it was it? What was it? No, blue boy. Get down. I'm also kind of curious to see if the shards stack up to 999,000. Yeah. But I'm not going to look it up. Instead, I'm just going to literally forget about it and just grind my way there and find out. I could look it up and it will tell me, no problem. It's just going to go, oh, this is exactly how much it is. But that's boring, bro. Plus, it gives me something to do. Because I need to kill more time, bro. And I've got, you know, like, we can play Valorant, stuff like that, and Overwatch, but we're still going to have more time to kill, bro. Because we have over a whole month still to kill right now. As we speak right now. Still over a whole month to kill before Starfield. So before we can check that, whatever that's about, and see if that's any good. But I'm hoping it is, because I'd like to do a full playthrough on it. You know, I'd like to actually do a full stream playthrough of it. I'm just hoping that it's doable, because you're going to see the choppiness same as me, because my stream runs at 60 FPS. So you're going to see the same choppiness that I see if the 30 FPS looks bad. Because you're likely going to watch this on a 60 FPS screen, TV, monitor, whatever. Unless you're on something like an iPad, and most iPad displays and most screens are running like, quite a few of them are running 120 Hz now with the Sapphire screens on most of your phones. So you're going to notice a 30 FPS drop, because most of your screens are running at 120. I don't know about iPhone screens. I think they might be as well. I'm pretty sure they're just running the Sapphire screens outright. But yeah, if you're talking 120 Hz on those, so if you're watching on a device like that, you'll see that. all the way through, so we'll see. Because we'll find out together whether they'll be any good or not. But like I say, Lies of P will come in for the big save anyway because of Dark Souls type or Bloodborne type game, because we now have Bloodborne on Xbox, obviously. That would be really nice.
Always smart.
Deal 23%. Take that, put that on my arms. That's another couple percent increase. Yep.
That looks warm. I can fix
No.
it.
Can't do it here, can I, as a cultist?
Not
But
while I'm in town.
that's another one. I wanted a max roll one, but 23% is another couple percent on it. I'll just keep the arms I've got. If I get better arms now, I'll probably just be like, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I'll just stick with what I got. I'll probably start this side, honestly. So yeah. So that's pretty much. I think it'll be very interesting to see. But the thing is, he's right though. Like, you know, we're literally going to open 1 million shots and we are going to get fuck all. We are literally going to get fuck all. But still be interesting. Yeah, you can only. The thing is with the Shards of Hate, you can only do armor. You know, well, the only reason why I'm doing it with this is because you can't do it with Ogles. You can't do it with Ogles at all because you can only stack up to 1,000 Ogles and you have to spend them, or you don't, or you just hold 1,000. But let's be honest, 1,000 Ogles isn't a lot. You know what I mean? You've got to remember that every 100k is What is it? Well, come on. We've got some elites here. Go. Okay. Is Fat Boy up? No. I don't think he will be. Yeah, so every 300k will be 100 pieces. So we should have a good amount.
I need time to do that.
When it comes to the what's it called? We'll have quite a good amount of pieces to roll. So we're gonna have like maybe like 350 pieces of gear to roll, and we'll roll everything. We can roll arms for 100 pieces maybe. We could then do like chest pieces for 100 pieces. Then we could do boots, whatever we want really. That's how I'll just, you know, and that'll just be something interesting. If I'd have started doing this earlier, I'd already be at 1 million. I've spent a bunch on. I spent 100,000, 150,000 a couple times over already. If I'd have started doing this earlier, but we've managed to build this up from 90 to 100. That's sort of where we're at right now, 90 to 100, and we're at like 400 something thousand shards. So I don't see anything here. Plus, I've obviously been gaining XP and stuff whilst doing this. It's not like I'm getting nothing. I'm having chance for gear drops, which is good. Some elites there. They'll be the last set for this. Hey, big boys. Yeah. Just got it just in time. I was like, oh, just quickly just squeeze that out. Nice. There we go. It's another rundown. I think this abomination's getting fucking sick of me, bro. The amount of times where I literally just come in, we're like, he just sees me, he's like, oh, not again. And he just fucking gets one shot again. and again and again, and he knows I'm coming, bro. He's got a little gets his watch out. He's like, oh, for fuck's sake. So he's back again. Like I've just spawned and he's already here waiting. He gets scared every time he sees me. That's why he tries to go around the outside, blend in with the other mobs. He's trying to run away from me. Shit's like trying to blend in with the fat zombies. He's like, oh, you don't see me. Leave me alone.
Not while
He just wants to walk in circles in peace, but I won't leave him alone, bro, because I want his shards. Right. To be destroyed. Bow. Arms. That. Yeah. 23. I was also talking about doing a thing with the ossified essence, weren't I? And then this, where I swap these around. So they have a higher percentage, I think, right? I think I was talking about that. Yeah. Let's see. Wait, which one do I have in at the minute? Yeah, ossified essence. On a max roll. And putting that on the ring would give us, yeah, 40% instead of like 60. But then the veins, let me go look at veins real quick.
I cannot do that here.
The thing is we don't struggle for crit chance though. Like we crit every fucking hit pretty much. Like it's really rare we don't crit. And every time that heart goes off, it crits. So I don't know if it's really worth swapping them. But I can look because I think I got a couple. Why is this in here? What is this?
This isn't like before.
I don't know.
This isn't for the fort for Akarat. Surely you understand that.
I guess it's because I can roll off the max life and it'd be an okay ring. So we've got that's ossified essence. We have a one here which is, well, that's only 13. That's, yeah, 20, 39. That's a max roll. Do I have another max roll? Corpse tendrils, because I could. Yeah, I do actually. Let me take that one on the shield then. Whoa, 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 what the fuck is this lag? Yeah, I wanted to look at the ossified essence. I want to see if I've got one that's max roll. Yeah, I have another max roll one. The reason I say that is because if I swap these around and run max roll ones, I'm fine with that as long as I have another max roll one in the bank. Do you know what I mean? Because then we'll be all right. Because let me destroy you. Because if I put in this, go for this one for the corpse tendrils, it gives me this. So I'd gain 20% crit damage with the corpse tendrils when corpse tendrils hits, 10% more crit chance than mine, right? Because this one gives up to 40% and 20%. But then this gives up to 60 per essence above 50 up to that. So it would mean that our crit damage would be reliant around corpse tendrils proccing. It would be reliant around it. That's the only thing. If I change this, the per essence above 50, but then doesn't this fluctuate? Because is it the total essence or is it the current amount of essence that you have? Because it says per essence above 50. Now I don't know if it's the current amount you have that fluctuates the fluid amount or if it's the like crystallized actual total amount. I'm not sure on that one. Because there's that, or we swap it round. But the thing is we need corpse tendrils to proc to give us that damage anyway. Whereas with this one we have the crit damage all of the time. That's the reason why I'm not so sure if switching it's a good idea. Because if we swap them round, yeah, I don't know about that one. Because we have the crit damage all of the time here. But I don't know how that works. Let me have a look to see if ossified essence goes off of like total essence. Yeah, because I was on the I'm just kind of look. Do you have it? Yeah, so it's... Hold on. Right. Yeah, it seems like what people are saying is its current essence is fluid. So basically, when you're spamming your fucking bone spears out, just like do do do, and that essence is dropping, it's above 50. It's not... With the total essence you have, the amount you have obviously calculates into it, but when we're talking about bosses, yeah, this should be better then. This running the tendrils, by knowing that the tendrils on here should work out better, because this will be because it says gain 30% increased crit strike when chance for 6 seconds when you cast. Also, you deal 60% bonus crit strike to 2 enemies damaged by corpse tendrils. Right, so I'm going to put that on the neck piece now, and then put the essence on here, because yeah, it says that it's basically, it seems to function, it basically functions off of your current fluid essence, not the crystallized total essence that you can hold within your thing. So because it just says, because really it can be interpreted either way, because it says per essence above 50. Now you could go, oh well, that's obvious, it just means that it's just all essence above 50, but when I look at it and I go, okay, well, I have however much essence I have, I don't think I have a lot, I'm like 140 something, because I don't have anything increasing essence besides that. I don't even know where the essence is, I might have just passed it, but anyway, I think I did just pass it. I think it's at the top somewhere. I think it's like 140 something. I don't know where it is. What is weapon damage? I don't actually know where it is. Anyway, I thought it was somewhere here, but it's, yeah, not, I can't see it. Anyway, not important. But it's like, yeah, it's at like, it seems like it goes off of that. So when you're spamming bosses and your essence is dropping, the amount of crit damage you can put out in that moment is dropping with each bone spear you throw. So yeah, having this will definitely go the other way. Because now, admittedly, we have to wait for corpse tendrils to proc, but that's usually only like the first 3 bone spears. Within that time, it seems to work. And then, obviously, once that procs, our crit damage will kick in. The only thing is that because we're waiting on that to proc, I'm wondering if we'll actually end up seeing smaller crits. Because the first few, because you have to wait for corpse tendrils to actually proc to get that crit damage to kick in. And I'm wondering if that's going to lead us to do less damage on bosses. Because you got to think, we go in, we throw a few bone spears, we get a corpse to drop. It turns into a corpse tendrils, and then when that procs and it hits the boss, it will give us the crit, even though it doesn't stun it. It still does damage, so it hits it. And then, but we've got to wait for that to kick in. So the first few bone spears we throw will now have like 60% less crit. But we'll try it out. We'll see what happens. So... we'll see, man. I don't know. So, either way, because you got to remember, we still get the ossified essence, so we'll still get it just 20% less. So it'll probably work out stronger in the long run once it's damaged to it, once it's damaged by it. But the first few will be